Yeah.
TVs.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Co-optional Podcast. They tried to do something there. I don't know what that bit was. At first, you guys had like this little like, we're going to pretend like we're bored. And then you had like, we're going to pretend like we're asleep. I don't know what was happening at the end there.
Look, it got ruined because they came in to replace our doorknobs because somebody's apartment got broken into, and they were like, we're replacing everybody's doorknobs. So they just replaced my doorknob, and we were all like in position, ready to look like really bored and like we don't care about this podcast. And then they were like, excuse me, miss, we finished replacing your doorknob. Here are your keys. And I was like, oh, thank you. Have a great day. And then I tried to get back into character, and it didn't work.
You have like the pit crew of doorknob replacement. Yeah. Like locksmiths are like, done.
Yeah, man. There's two dudes. They know what's up. They've probably done like every other apartment in this complex so far.
You made them sound sort of like, I don't know, little British, little like, good day, miss. We don't come to fix your doorknob. We have, except in England, it's called something different. Like it's got to be like a no, not the person,
knocker?
not the the
Lucky Jerry's.
Squeaky knocker.
Squeaky knocker.
Lucky Jerry, here it's
your neighborhood Lucky Jerry.
Yeah.
They have chimney sweep things for some reason.
And for some reason, they're horribly dirty.
On their
they're
heads,
just covered in soot.
chimneys. Yeah.
Yeah.
As is everyone in
Every
England.
British lock is filled with pounds of dirt because they haven't been changed in like 100 years.
Stones of
I know,
dirt.
it's crazy.
Stones of dirt.
Stones of dirt.
Stones of dirt. It's a British form of measurement.
Yes.
Yes.
Hectares.
A stone.
A stone, I believe, is 15 pounds. I think I looked this up recently.
That's extremely
Google
useless.
it. Google it. Right? That's what I keep saying. Whatever.
Base
England.
15 system.
Anyway, hello, welcome to the Co-optional Podcast. Today we are joined by two guests from the same show. This might be a first. Is this a first for us? I think so.
Oh, sweet.
Breakdown barrier.
Maybe?
I was trying to think of one. I can't. So, gentlemen, you have the fantastical honor of being our first double guest. So
Awesome.
I have to, for the world out there, what do you do? Who are you? Who is your daddy? And what does he do? What are you doing here?
Josh, you don't have a dad, so you can explain this one.
That's true.
Explain my dad.
I don't. I'm Josh Henderson from the ContinueShow on the YouTube channel.
Yes, I'm Paul Ritchie from the ContinueShow as well. We play old video games.
Yes.
And so, and then,
Yes.
I'll explain it. 'Cause Josh doesn't
Over.
want to. I brought up his dad. He got a little upset.
Yeah.
Non-dad, rather. We play like a retro video game for like 15, 20 minutes, half an hour or so, and then edit it down, give you the funny bits, and then we make jokes and tell you if we would continue a game over. It's pretty simple.
It's a good show.
It's
funny
it
shit.
is. It's pretty great. It's pretty cool.
It's like 80% screaming, I think. About.
It's like 87%.
That's like every time I play a game.
just men on the couch screaming at each other. It's pretty great.
men, in quotes.
In quotes.
So, yeah, we have our usual stuff for you today. We got news, and we got views, and we've got other things that rhymes with news.
Nudes.
Poos? Nudes?
Nudes.
Nudes, that's kind of like a Kanye West stretch. I'm not sure if I'm willing to go there.
Oh, I'm ready.
We got
Use these-
news and
Catch a
nudes.
stretch.
We got some chews, Charleston, Starburst,
Ooh,
other types of chews.
I like
Paul
it.
likes
I like it.
old people candy.
Tobacco?
Charleston Chews, Werther's Originals.
It's true.
Tobacco? Mm-hmm. So,
Tobacco.
yeah. So let's get into what we've been doing this week. Chat wants to include pubes. That's not even close, chat.
Oh.
And why would you chew on that? That doesn't. I'm not gonna judge you, but these are my judgy eyes.
That's like Depression era candy, I think. That's all they had.
Just cut off some pubes.
They only had pubes?
Yeah.
Man.
It's free.
It's
They're
like
free.
stone. It's like stone soup. You gotta work with what you got. You gotta make it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Truly the greatest generation. Truly.
With their pube candy. All right, so yeah, let's get into what we've been playing this week. I think we'll do Age Before Beauty. So Dodger, what have you been playing this week?
I moved this week. Side note.
It's a hard game.
We can
when
see.
there's-
We
That
can
is
see.
a hard game.
Note: Dodger moved, and within hours of her moving, someone broke into like a neighboring apartment. So, if I was a police officer, you'd be my first suspect. Not gonna lie, I would come for you.
No, they have pictures. They have pictures of the dude who did it, so it wasn't me.
How do you know
anyway,
it was a dude?
Tell the Bell story.
Well, true. How do I know that it was a dude? The picture looked like a dude, but maybe he identifies as a woman. That's not for me to say.
I'm gonna be Columbo here. Miss, one last thing. How do you know it was?
My cheese fell off my pizza. That's a Columbo joke for you kids out there.
I have seen every single episode of Columbo.
Of Columbo?
Oh no! I tried
love
to eat this
Columbo
pizza.
so much.
All of you guys have watched Columbo? I'm the
Yeah.
old person, and I've never watched Columbo.
Get
My
outta
dad
here.
was super into Columbo, and I used to watch TV with my dad all the time. So it was either Star Trek or Columbo, and that's like what we
Those
watched.
are two good
Or Perry
choices.
Mason, actually. My dad was super into
Oh
it.
my
Yes.
god!
Oh.
Your parents watch the exact same TV shows my parents watch. My parents have devolved so much that they no longer watch any TV but PBS murder mysteries. That's where they're at.
That's great.
They watch
My
nothing
mom-
else.
Wait,
Nothing.
my mom has gotten to the point now where when Christmas comes around, and now that she can record things off of, a disc, she records every single Christmas Hallmark movie and watches all
no.
of them.
Why?
She records all of them.
What about it's like
Even if
July?
she saw them last year, she'll rewatch them. Huh?
What if it's like July? I mean, nobody's in the mood for Christmas.
No,
then.
Christmas in July, dude.
I'm not.
I mean, it's like all that they show on the Hallmark Channel.
You get
around
one time a
Christmas
year
is, like,
Christmas,
crazy
that's it.
Christmas.
yeah. And that's
And
even
they always have
stretching out.
actors that have been in good TV shows but are no longer
Yeah.
on good TV shows, and now they're in Hallmark movies. And that's my
Stamos.
favorite thing, being like, I know that guy.
Yeah, Stamos is like a king of Hallmark movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is. So,
And
all right.
Orgos commercials.
Did you play any games? Like any games at all? At
I
all?
played more Bravely Default. I also finally played Valiant Hearts, and that game is phenomenal. I don't know if one of the weeks when I was gone, you talked about Valiant Hearts. I'm sure you played it, Jesse.
I love it. It's a great
It's
game.
you love
so good. Yeah, just incredible. And like while I was playing it, Sam was playing something completely different, and he would just the second he would start watching, he'd be stuck watching
Oh,
it for a
yeah.
while 'cause it's just so it's so nice to watch, but also the mechanics are really interesting. Like there are all of those different areas where you're suddenly in the car with Anna, and like they time everything that you have to do to music, and
Classical
it's so
music. It's
cool.
pretty great.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's great. It's so
Later
cool.
on, there's a because usually it starts out, like you're driving through Paris, and so they have the can stuff like that. But then
Yeah.
later on, you are escaping from a giant tank to Night on Bald Mountain, and it's pretty
It's
fantastic.
so good. That was my
Pretty
favorite
fantastic.
part. Yeah. So that game is great, and I would definitely recommend that. Aside from that, it's just been my usuals.
What's the Ugies? Lay out
What's
the
a
Ugies real
Ugie?
quick.
Yeah.
The Ugies are like games like TF2 and Dawn Gate and Harvest Moon. Just like, games that I can kind of
Harvest
space
Moon?
play. Yeah.
That's
Harvest
a,
Moon's a Ugie.
Blue
You know, it's
Moon
Harvest
style
Moon.
beer.
So good. Yes, it is. Yeah. It's the Harvest Moon
It's the
edition
October beer.
of the Blue
It's a
Moon.
really good Neil Young album.
Oh God, here we go
I'll
with
take
the
that.
Neil Young.
I'll take. Wait, whoa. Neil Young guy doesn't know about Columbo? Is that where we're at?
I think he knows about Columbo. He just didn't watch
I know
it.
about him. I
That's-
was a Matlock guy.
Oh, we're
right?
gonna- we're gonna have a
Matlock
fight.
is also good.
Matlock was good. So was Murder She Wrote. Oh my God.
Murder She Wrote is great.
Murder She Wrote was
Great intro.
yeah, right.
It's a great intro.
1980s TV. If you weren't born then, you missed out because all you have now is shit.
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean,
yeah,
to
now
be
it's
fair,
Lansbury.
I was mostly alive in the 90s. I was
Well,
only
that's because you lived in like I want to say a backwater third world, but it's Oregon, so very close.
so it's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Is that considered backwater third world?
Oh yeah. Have you been
Is
to
it?
Oregon? Oh my God.
No, I haven't. I don't get on
Oh,
airplanes.
you should go to Oregon. Oregon is beautiful.
I would love to.
Oregon's
I'm
chief
to the
export
trees.
is hipsters. They offer
true.
nothing else to the world. So
They grow them there, like
We
potatoes.
we're really big into coffee and meth, and we're pretty much divided down the middle between extremely liberal cities and towns and extremely conservative cities and towns, and so everybody hates each other. It's
That's
a really good
Pennsylvania.
system for a state.
it's
Pennsylvania, but
That's
we only
Pennsylvania.
have meth. We just have meth.
Only
We don't
meth,
have
no
we don't have
coffee,
good
just meth.
Yeah. Just meth.
Oh, we also have good microbreweries too, so there's that.
there you go.
Portland.
Portland. I know from that TV show.
Portlandia.
Portlandia.
Yeah. I know. That's all I know about
The
Portland.
90s are alive in Portland. I loved that song for
That's
so
good.
long before that show actually came out.
Don't tell her that was good. She'll keep singing. Oh my gosh, she won't stop.
God,
She'll never stop.
Attention!
Are you saying people like me? So that's
Anyway.
it? That's all you played? Anything else?
I honestly didn't really like explore the gamey world.
Fine, I'm done with you.
Okay.
We'll go to Joshua. What games have you played?
I've been for the first time I got into Skyrim a couple of weeks ago, and I've been
Really?
full blown Skyrim. I'm in it. I played like 120 hours. In
What
like
what
2
got
weeks.
you? What was the hook? What was the thing that made you be like, I cannot leave you? Was it the music?
The music is great. I just love decapitating people.
It's the
The first time I decapitated a guy, I was like, oh.
I love
Okay.
this.
And the Thieves Guild really got me. The sneaking around and stealing stuff. I was in then.
Yeah, you
But,
were. Josh is really into doing cool crime.
I love cool crime.
Ooh, crime.
Cool crimes.
I walked into a hut and I was like, where are all the TVs at? Somebody must have got here before me.
It's
So,
the guy. It's Dodger's guy. He's always
Yeah.
It's Josh.
always one step ahead of you.
Josh is the one who stole all
That's
the TVs.
right. We did figure
Not
out
my
that it was
TVs,
Josh.
by the way. I haven't told this story on Coffee Time, so anybody who watches my normal vlogs is like, what the fuck happened? the people across from me had their TV stolen, is the short story.
I like how it was just
TV.
their TVs. Look, those criminals
Their
knew what they
TVs.
wanted. They came in, they got out,
Yeah.
and then they got photographed like 8,000 times.
Flat screens
Because our
under each
doorknobs,
arm.
not doorknobs, oh my God. Our doorbells, when you ring them, they take a picture of you. And so this guy had stood outside for like 40 minutes, ringing the doorbell over and over again to make absolutely sure no one was home or like in the shower or anything. And every time he rang the doorbell, it took a picture. So they have so many pictures of this dude who broke it. It's amazing. It makes me so happy. I'm like, that's... mwah.
There's pictures of the guy like
Yeah, just...
bored, waiting. I can't wait to rob these TVs.
What guy? Who rings a doorbell when they rob a place?
You have to make
Ballsy.
sure no
Just
one's
thought of
there.
that. Oh,
It's in the middle of the day, dog.
No, he's too conservative. If I was gonna lead a life of crime, I'd go in guns blazing because I'm gonna
Yeah,
end up in
man.
jail anyway.
That's not a stealth crime then. That's just straight
Doesn't
up
matter.
breaking
No
and
loose
entering
ends.
assault.
I've seen enough movies to know no loose ends. If I rob something with you, Dodger, guess who's getting shot in the face? You are. I'm gonna blame you. I'm gonna blame the crime on you, and I'll be like, she was crazy. I had to stop her. And then I suddenly have 2 new TVs. Yes, that's right. I murdered you for 2 TVs.
The dude that
Something
wiped the
over here.
fingerprints off the guns and put it in her hand.
In her hand?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
perfect crime.
Oh yeah. And if
It's
anyone
suicide.
knew,
She
they'd
can
be
feel.
dead too. No loose ends. You can't. I wouldn't tell anybody. I go Littlefinger style.
Little finger.
Where everyone dies. Everyone.
Yeah.
For some reason, this woman broke into her own apartment, shot herself 25 times,
25
and stole
times.
both TVs.
And my answer would be like, have you seen her YouTube videos? She had problems. That girl had lots of problems. And that's how I get away scot-free.
That's great.
Oh, and I have the cops blame Sam for that. Somehow he did it. I thought this
is-
out many times. I'm
I
not sure I
think
should
about
admit
killing you
this.
on the daily, but
Usually I think about killing you all the time, yeah.
right.
So
The long
anything-
story short is that Josh stole the TVs across.
I stole the
from me.
TVs.
and then use them to play Skyrim on.
Yay, Scott!
Yay.
And houses got me. Cause
Oh, the new housing?
Well, I didn't get that one yet. I'm going to download that after we're done here. Like, because I was looking at it when Paul and I were playing it a little bit. So I was looking at the where you can build your own house, which is, I'm totally into that. But also books. I pick up every book and I neatly put them in my bookshelves because it ties the house together. Your house
It
looks
does.
like a
It does.
livable-
It looks
I don't
lived in. Makes it
Yeah.
look lived in.
It's cozy.
No, I for the longest time was going to make a mod with a bunch of people to put in the game that was like, you get to build your own house, you get to do this and this and this, and literally over the course of a year they released expansions and DLC that just did everything we wanted to do, and I was like, well, that's stupid, so we didn't do that anymore. But it goes to show that they know what the players want, I guess.
Yeah. I love it. I every time I have enough gold to buy a new house, I'm like, well, now I got to move all my books to my new house. And there's houses that are better for books. There's houses that have more bookshelves.
Oh,
There's
you have to
houses-
write down the.
It's just like real life.
Yeah.
armories are better. I hang up my glass swords in the armory. Man, it's a full-time thing.
I'm gonna need a list of the book houses. You're gonna have to give me that.
Markarth is Markarth.
Have you read the books in the game? Have you read a lot?
I've read like, I find ones about the dwarves I like. I like the Dwemer stuff.
Oh, so you're getting like I'm a big backstory nerd, so that's what my kind of. I was like, so you're saying that they weren't necessarily dwarves, they were more like underground elves?
Yeah, they were like weird, like, because they're the same size.
That's right, Dodger. We're getting into lore.
Good, go do it. I'll be
Lorecast.
asleep over here.
Back to board faces.
No, but it was. I actually like all the time and energy they put into all the books because they're actually really thought out, and 90% of them have nothing to do with the game, but they're like really good short stories, and it's like, you guys, you're good. And if you like your bestiality, that's in there.
Oh.
That's in there.
If you like your furry porn, that's in there too. They got it all for you.
Oh yeah.
What is it, like Khajiit stuff?
No, it's the Argonian Maid. There's like a series of books about an Argonian maid who gets involved in like kneading her master's bread loaf, or it's really,
Oh my!
you're like, all right.
Oh yeah.
I got the subtext here. I'm picking it up. All right.
Oh, it's a metaphor.
I got a signed copy of The Gourmet, and then I murdered that guy for money, which is pretty cool.
That is that's
Worth more now.
Any
I
RPG
killed
that
him.
allows you to murder people who are friendly to you. That's a good RPG.
It's a good one.
Cool crimes.
Anything else,
Cool.
or was it just Skyrim?
Just Skyrim. I played the Old Republic frequently, but I've been taking a break from that.
Oh, we'll talk about that later, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
good. You play the Old Republic.
Good. Yes.
Hopefully you're a bad guy, or else that is an awful Yoda.
I'm not a.
Yes. Paul, what you been playing?
Well, I was playing Shovel Knight. I was playing
God,
Shovel
that
Knight.
is
I was
a good
one-
Yeah,
That
Shovel
is a good
Knight.
game.
fantastic game. And I was on the last level, and my Wii U started freezing. Does anyone else have problems with that?
Wii U problems or Wii U freezing problems? 'Cause I got
Freezing problems.
12 billion Wii U's problems.
Oh yeah,
Oh my god. That
it's just
console.
filled with them.
That console,
filled
so many
with them.
problems. Everyone else is like, I don't have any problems. Mine runs fine. Well, then I'll
I don't
trade
have
you.
any problems with
Yeah.
mine either.
I'll trade you. That's
No,
Give me a
I'll
new one.
keep my perfectly working Wii U, thanks.
The thing just freezes, and it makes a horrific noise. It's like this demonic noise. You're like playing it, and you're just like, oh, and then it goes like, and it's like the voice of a demon comes through my TV, freezes, and then
Have you
shuts off.
had a medium come in and check your Wii U?
That's my first. That's gonna be my first thing. That's what Nintendo support was like. Oh, we're gonna send a medium over.
Yeah. We call it
There's no
Nintendo
demons.
Power.
They're gonna send a Wii Whisperer over. They're gonna
Wii
talk
Whisperer.
to it. Is that
Take
the
it
noise?
to the Wii vet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. What is? That's it. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah,
Dog whisperer joke.
dog whisperer joke. Yeah.
Okay.
because he does that.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah,
South Park.
there it is.
If you haven't seen it, at least you probably saw the South Park episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get with society, Dodger. Stop being like, I'm always moving. All my life is in boxes.
I'm always moving. I'm never settled and I'm never happy.
Now you know what every conversation with you is like.
That was the realest thing I've ever heard. That was
Yeah, that was so real.
Broke my
To the
heart.
core, to the core.
like psychology casts. Like, tell me about your mother.
I was playing that game though, and then this guy up here on my screen, Josh. I don't know
below
where he is
you.
on the internet screen.
below
Down
you.
there, over there, wherever.
Right there for me.
Okay, so Josh started playing Skyrim, started talking about Skyrim, and I fell back into the Skyrim pit. I fell right back
Yeah.
in. It's
You're
horrible.
welcome.
The best thing about that game is that you never have to stop playing it. You can do everything you want to do in
that's
that.
like the worst thing about that game for me.
It's better than my real life, so I don't know why I would
I never
stop playing
feel
it.
when I play Skyrim, I never feel like I'm actually doing anything.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
It's
like the feeling of playing a very linear, compact game where you're like, I'm progressing and doing things that matter within the scope
Right.
of this game. I never feel that way when I'm playing Skyrim. I'm just like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm
It's
in
like
a
real life.
sparkly cave that I found while walking somewhere else, and now I'm dying because they're too high of level for me.
That's the adventure. That's the adventure.
Exactly.
It has
Maybe I don't like adventure.
no shit.
adventure.
You're from Oregon. Of course you don't.
What does that have to do with anything?
It's because that's the end of the trail. The adventure was getting there. And then when you got there, there's nothing else. You're like, fuck it, this is as far as I'm going. Oregon Trail sums up everyone from Oregon. They got there, and they're like, I'm done with adventuring. We lived.
Yep.
We're the people who didn't die of dysentery. We're good.
Right.
We don't,
Very true.
we're done.
No
We made
snake
it.
bites, no dysentery.
You're fine. No broken legs that led to death somehow. You are good. You're fine.
Oh,
showed
but
up-
back then, if you
There's
got a
meth
broken leg,
everywhere.
yeah, you were gonna die. If you broke your leg in like 1830, you're dead.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
dead.
You got a scratch. You were done.
Yeah, you look at the sun too long, you're dead. I got polio,
I saw the sun. Up, polio.
smallpox. Dead. Rip.
Dead.
Anything else?
All right.
Any other games?
I was playing Pikmin 3 a lot too. I was also really close to that, but that also ended when my Wii U froze all the
I
time.
still have not played Pikmin at all.
Yeah, me
I had
neither.
not played any. This one was a lot of fun. It's adorable.
I don't
All, like,
understand.
cutie
Can you?
games.
Yeah. Then
do.
Paul and I would get along
like
amazingly. You should play. Long Live the Queen. Go play
No.
Long Live the Queen
No.
and get back
Gotta
to me.
look it up now and get
No.
it ready.
No, that game is so boring.
So good.
That
Go
is the
play it.
most boring
If
game.
if you can live to your coronation, I will call you king.
Oh, this is right up my alley. It's got numbers
Queen.
and bars.
Yeah, dog. Live.
It's
Live
Googled.
until
I'm
your
already.
coronation.
Yeah, I'm already purchasing it because it's Googled. So
Sick. Okay. I don't remember what I was talking about, but I'm okay with it because now
Oh.
Paul is getting Long Live the Queen. So
okay. And I had one more thing. I was playing To the Moon. Did any of you guys play that?
To the moon?
To the Moon.
No.
It sucks. Don't play it.
Well, there you go.
Wow,
that sounds really
So
familiar.
we didn't miss out then. We're
you
fine.
really sold that one.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not even gonna. I'm not even gonna give it. I'm not gonna justify it with an explanation as to why.
Oh
it
god,
sucks. It
it's
just
super
sucks.
animu.
Yeah.
The fourth game by Canadian designer / composer Con Reeves Gow,
What
and
is
the first
this?
commercial production by his indie game development team Freebird.
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 Another reason that it sucks.
Well, there's an
No,
old
the
guy
music's
dying.
good. The music's good. It's got this story, and it's completely unbelievable.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin it
So
for anybody.
people trying to get to the moon because you're right, that's impossible.
Sort of. Yeah. Yeah.
no one's ever
Exactly.
done
Yeah.
that.
In his
According to some
mind, he's
people.
trying to do it. In his dreams, he's trying to do it. Pfft.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
it's symbolism.
Here's the thing. There's a shit ton of fan art for To the Moon. Like,
Yeah, it's-
DeviantArt is... it must be one of those games that is just like...
It's like the indie darling game, you know. Like a lot of people that are like into like indie games are like all about it because it's like so poignant and touching and all this stuff.
Oh
and
my
it's
god!
like-
So basically, you feel exactly how I felt like with what the hell's that? You know, the game where it's like I walk through a house. Oh, spoiler! I was a lesbian the entire time.
Gone Home.
Yes, everyone was like, "That's the best game." No, it's barely a game. It was a lie to you game. I thought it was gonna be like a horror game, and it was like the horror is that she's unaccepted. Like, god damn it! Like
That's true horror.
everyone was like, "I love this game." I was like, "This, whatever."
it's
That built
art
up too
house.
much for you, man.
It's art
It's the
house
ring.
games.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what To the Moon has like the most boring, repetitive gameplay I've ever. It's like, okay, you can get away with that for maybe like an hour if you want to make like, you know, Passage, not even an hour, 5 minutes. But you know, like everything else, it's like 5 hours long, and I'm just walking. I'm done. I'm done talking about it. It's over.
You're so mad.
I'm really furious about that.
I've
Right.
never seen you this mad.
I can't find any actual like gameplay footage. All of it
that's
is
'cause
fan
there is
art.
none.
All of it is fan art and like single shots of people talking.
Yeah, there's no
Is it
gameplay,
like-
that's fine.
Is it like visual novel-y? Or
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay. Then
it also
some of the
looks like-
fan art that you're seeing might be in game.
game.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, you know what? It's like Final Fantasy,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you know, old JRPG top-down, 3/4 isometric, you know, whatever. Or not 3/4, but you know.
That means it's a good game
smart.
when you can't tell the fan art from the actual game. That's a really good
Oh, yeah.
game, I think.
It's blending. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I think this sums up the game for me.
What's that?
That's top it. How would you describe this game? I describe it as yes. Now you guys have to wait 10 minutes, so we'll move on to.
Can I point out that you did not update your stream information, and it says that you're playing Tome, and your guests are WoW Krender and Sinvicta.
Can I tell
that's
you
funny.
that that's not true at all? Because I am looking at it right now, and on my dashboard it says that Cox Optional Podcast featuring ContinueShow.
God damn it! Did you change it in the
last second.
No, you just your computer is so old.
No.
You're
No,
running.
no, you're looking at the title. Go down to where it says stream information and our lovely guests with you all ripped. Wrong deets.
Oh
put
well,
Rip
I don't
next to him.
handle that. I don't handle. You know whose job that is? That's everyone else's job but mine. I don't do that stuff. Anyway, so yeah, that's how I describe this game. It's just different. There you go.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
Different. IGN says different.
But yeah,
9
all right.
stars.
What have you
6
played,
out of
Jesse?
10.
You know what? This week I played Shovel Knight, which I love. We played through it. Gerard came over and we filmed a Let's Play of that thing because it's really fun. And
It's a great
he
game.
is a walking strategy guide. And the man was like, "Go here and do this and get this. Do you want this achievement?" I was like, "Yes, I do." And some of the achievements are totally dysfunctional. And one of the achievements for every level, if you destroy the save points,
Yeah.
you get an achievement. So we tried it for one level, and after the pain that was involved there, I never wanted to do that again.
Yeah, how long does it take to blow up the save points?
Well, once you blow them up,
Or hit
like
them.
it takes
You
like
can't
3
use it,
hits,
right?
But you can't ever use them again. So
Oh.
it's
Is that ever like when you restart the level? Sorry.
I don't know if you like if you it's in one playthrough of the level. So if you destroy all the save points in one run of the level, you get the achievement. I don't know if they're gone for good because we never went back to a level, but yeah, after that I did not ever want to do that again. We did
Yeah.
it for one of the easiest levels. I think that it's like King Knight. We did it for his level.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what a pain in the ass that was. One false move, like one fall off a cliff, and it's like, see you at the beginning. It's like, no, why did I do this? But that game is really, really good. And later on, like we what we did is I played through all the levels, and at the end when you do like the Mega Man refight the bosses, I was like, Gerard, you refight the bosses. I want to see how you would have done it. And he's like, okay.
Dude.
And he beats him like that. And I was like, you son of a bitch.
He's like the kid from The Wizard.
Oh, yeah.
Sees through the game.
But it was
Right,
really
right.
impressive to watch. And then he's like, here you go, have the controller, fight the final boss. And I was like, okay. That last boss fight is a thing. But, minor spoiler for those who are going to watch the series, I ran out of all buffs and potions and everything. And it was like, you must beat her with your own skill. And I was like, this is my moment to shine. No spoilers. I'm not going to spoil that, but it was fantastic. And, Valiant Hearts, been playing that like crazy because it's a fantastic game, but I just finished it. I just
good.
today downloaded a game called Claire, which is a pixel horror game? Question mark?
Cool.
So I don't know what that's going to be about. And then one of our guests last week, Cry and I started playing Resident Evil 6 because it is horrible and we wanted to experience it together.
Man.
Because that game is the worst. It's the only Resident Evil game, besides the whatever multiplayer one they released recently, that I haven't played.
Isn't 6 the one where you play the same levels over and over again as different characters?
You definitely, I have no clue. All I know is that there are
I think you do.
there are 4 stories, 3 that are
Yeah.
co-op, and then one that is a bonus you play as Ada Wong. I'm like, okay. I love Resident Evil because to me it's kind of like Dynasty Warriors and Ace Combat, where it's just sort of like I play it because I've played the other ones and love them.
Right.
And it doesn't matter how off the wall they get. Like, the crazier they get, the more I'm like, shit. I mean, even Final Fantasy to an extent, even though right now I'm sort of like anti-Final Fantasy and everything, I still buy, like the main series games because,
Right.
like, fuck it, I played the other ones, I might as well try this one.
That's what they're saying. That's exactly what Square Enix is like. Fuck it, they played the other ones.
Yeah.
Put out more games.
But, Resident Evil 4, I think, was the last good one. 5 was okay, except it was really, really racist, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. But you know,
I think they stumbled into that racism by accident. They didn't really know what they were doing, and they're like, "Oh crap, this is racist." We're already here.
Go with the
It's fine,
racism
it's already
apology.
made. We already made it.
It was, it was. I mean, it was sort of. Yeah, you're right. It's accidental racism. Like, they're in Africa, so you know it's Africa. What do you? But the fact that they made like, let's make the most grotesquely disfigured like black zombies we can, much worse than any zombie we've ever created, and then have white people kill them. Like, it's like you stumbled into that one, and but it was okay. It was okay, and then this one's just right off the bat. Like, we're gonna make this as anime as humanly possible. And it's, I think I said in the first episode that you're basically playing as Jack Bauer. Like, Leon is now Jack Bauer.
Yeah.
Where, if you watched, spoilers for the last season of 24, if you watched the last season of 24, which I did because, again, like Final Fantasy and all that stuff, I watched the other ones, why not? It's so off the wall that you no longer care that it doesn't make any sense. Jack Bauer, while driving in a car, dodges 3 tactical missiles fired from, like, a plane above him.
You can do that.
I mean, and the thing, the missiles have to have a lock. So every time they fire, they're like, lock on, and there's a lock. And they fire, and he goes, and dives out of the way. Like, that's not how that works at all. And it's so funny.
What kind of car was he driving? Was it a Dodge?
I
Because
think-
then he could probably...
Later, it
Fine,
transformed
Dodge.
into Bumblebee, and they flew off together. No, I don't.
To the moon.
It was
In
so,
their dreams.
It was so weird. But then you realize, like, you know what? I don't care anymore. It's so over the top, I don't care anymore. And that's just the way Resident Evil 6 is. It is... The intro alone is like a girl whips out her phone and goes like... Whoosh! And then there's a person typing like... It's an episode 24. It's fantastically ridiculous. And I love that kind of crap. So I was thrilled. I was thrilled to be playing it. And, you kill the president like the first 2 minutes.
Oh, sweet.
Nice,
He's like, I'm
nice.
sorry, my friend. And he's like, I'm his president zombie.
But isn't that all presidents? Political.
Hey-o.
Yuck, 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 yuck. Pow, pow,
Topical.
pow, 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 pouch.
I'm trying to think of anything else I played. Oh, I decided to go back and because I'm a just weird human being and like punishment, I guess. Every once in a while, I get a hankering deep down in the cockles of my heart to play a SimCity game.
Oh,
yeah.
And the problem is I don't have any other SimCity games on my computer right now except for the new one. So I was like, I'll go play, but I'll go play single player, and that'll be fun. And so I started building my city, and I'm like, I'm gonna pick a location where I can have high education and build colleges and not have to worry about things. So I built like all these schools, and my crime's really low. And then I had Maxis Man show up, and I was very excited.
You should
And
be
then-
the president.
Then once again, I realized why I hate this game so much, the new one. At a certain point, my water levels were decreasing, and I was like, "What the hell's going on? What's happening?" Turns out, I had pumped out all because I had a nuclear reactor in the area, which was
Right. They need water.
they need water, and I had pumped out all the water on my little plot of land. So because it was single player, I would have to go build another city and funnel the water. So literally, I screwed
like Los
myself.
Angeles.
I was like, "This
You have
is
to go steal water from another city.
So no water equals no power equals entire infrastructure collapse." I'm like, we're right next to the ocean. Why can't we use that water? And it's like, that's not a fresh water source. Like, why are we using fresh water for a nuclear reactor? I'm losing my mind. And and my city just crumbles around me. And I understand, I've said this a million times, I understand what they wanted to do with the game, make like running a city a real thing. Like, it's tough to
Like,
run a
actually
city.
difficult. Right.
Screw them. I don't want that. I'd run for mayor if I wanted that shit.
Right.
I want to be able to
Right.
build a city that looks awesome, and then if I want, have Godzilla destroy that shit. Other than that,
I'd go to PTA meetings if I wanted to do that shit.
right? Like, it's infuriating. And every time I hit that point where something goes wrong, and rather than try to fix it, I'm like, fuck it, and I just shut down the game. That's,
Yep.
So you never want me to
That's
run
every
your
Sim
country.
City. That's when you get the money code. That's when you start like, I'm just going to use the code. Screw it.
It doesn't do anything. Money buys, like when you run out of resources, money doesn't. So then you have to go start a new city, and I don't want to start a new city because then I have to like intricately plan every road and then wait 20 hours for people to move into that shit.
Right.
And so now I won't play SimCity again for another like 8 months, and then I'll be like,
The hankering.
man, I really want to play SimCity, and I'll go back and then suffer through it again.
Right.
You gotta put 2000 on, man. SimCity 2000, giant walking eye. That's what's up.
Right. Walking eye.
Walking eye.
Walking eye, Hank. Walking eye.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know. No, I don't think I know this.
I've been
Thanks for having us on the podcast. See ya.
Okay, bye, Josh.
Bye, Josh.
Cool, thanks.
Is that a water pump in the background?
Yeah, what is that?
That's very topical. That's very topical.
Got some books and some lights there. I got Sith Holocron in the back there.
Dude, that holocron's freaking awesome.
Yeah,
It's got a book in it.
No, well, that's lame.
It's a coffee table book that looks cool on the outside.
It's got an Earth Holocron called a book.
Boo.
Oh.
I see what you did.
That was a clever joke, but I'm still gonna boo it. All right, so I'm curious because a lot of crap came out, like cool things. First off, did anyone see the Doom video? Like, the internet's all like up everyone's butt about Doom. I have not seen the video. Like, there's apparently QuakeCon footage of like it being the most amazing game ever made. I have not seen that, but everyone's oh my god,
a reboot.
so good.
Do you guys know that? Yeah. So like basically for you watching right now, at QuakeCon they were like, yo, Doom 4, but it's not Doom 4. It's a reboot of Doom, and it's going to bring back all the things you loved about the original Doom, but it's going to be better because we're making it now and not back in time.
Not then.
It apparently is like they went through and they showed the world of Mars, and they did like, this is the facility, and they're like little drones buzzing around. It's sort of an alive world, and then apparently doomy demons pop up on like a catwalk, and you have to fight them, and this guy's just like kicking the shit out of him, and then you have to get through a door, but it needs a hand code, so he just rips an arm off a scientist and puts it on the hand code.
A living scientist. He's just like, I need this.
I need this.
Why didn't you just ask me to put my hand there? Why did you rip it off?
I much rather would have helped you get through our base than to lose my arm.
And then there's just like, murdering demons with like chainsaws and stuff, and apparently it looks fantastic, and everyone who was at QuakeCon, that's all people were talking about. The video, if you get a chance, like, just Google some of the video of guys, because imagine every metal concert fan was there, and they were like they found this one video of these two dudes with like I don't even know how to describe these guys.
Like just two Nathan explosions.
Yeah, and just like this long, and they're so fucking excited for this thing. This like, I can't even wait, bro. It's going to be so good. It's just
George Romero.
And they're like some indiscriminate European country. They're from like I don't know, Holland or some place you don't really actually
That's
know.
That's indiscriminate European country, Holland?
Like Belgium,
Belgium's better. Belgium.
It was so funny, and it makes me want to see it. And I spent forever looking it up, and every time I Googled something, the closest thing I got was a video that was. It was called Secret Doom footage, and it was footage of Destiny. So there you go.
What?
That's
hold on,
that's YouTube. I'm not.
Wait, I can find this for you.
I don't think it exists.
I've been told that you can get beat to death with your own arms by a demon, which is totally a demonic thing to do.
Dude, that'd be all. If that's the case, if that's one way you die, is a demon rips off your arms and beats you to death with your own arms. That game is the best game ever.
I know that the other thing that they're incorporating into it is hand-to-hand combat, and also like kind of the equivalent of like a fatality or like a finishing move. Like you can do something specific to like have a really cool way to kill that guy, that monster, that alien, that whatever.
So this is this is Bethesda's newest baby, I guess. This is what they're.
I think so.
I'm okay with that. A lot of people are giving Bethesda shit because they're like redoing old games. I'm fine with it. It's been long enough. It's time for another Doom. Let's make it happen.
And you know what they're doing? They're pulling the Blizzard, they're pulling the Valve, and when a game's not good enough, they're going, you know what? We're just going to put it off for another 4 years and make a good one. Make a good game instead of just pumping out games. They're doing it right.
I mean, I think the one thing they didn't do, it's weird because their single player games are fantastic. Like they're putting a lot of effort into them. I'm still a little like perplexed on Elder Scrolls. I feel like they went off the reservation on that one. They went a little like, we promised you this, but time constraints. So here's a game. It's like, guys. But we'll see. That goes to a MMO topic we have for later, which is probably fantastic. Did anyone play Destiny this week?
Luke did. Our buddy Luke did.
Sam did.
All about it.
Yeah, I didn't play it.
I'm one of those people who, the minute I saw like, you can get in the beta on PlayStation 4, I was like, well, I'm out.
Right.
Like I hate any shooter games or anything on console.
Yeah,
I can't handle that. It drives me
We were
crazy.
so bummed because like Sam was playing it on PS4 and he was like, "Oh, I have a code for it for Xbox. Do you want it?" And then we can both be playing it. And I was like, "Sure," but it
then
was
you
only
can't.
for PS4.
Yeah.
Aw.
But
Yeah.
it sounds like
Yeah.
I don't know. Sam.
Yeah, baby. Hey,
Sam.
girl. It's me, Sam.
TVs.
Hey,
We're
I'm
on
over
TV.
here playing games and
saying-
being sexy. Hey.
You were saying
Hey,
that
babe, do you know where our
this
TVs
Destiny-
went?
You said that this Destiny beta didn't really have anything new, right? There was nothing new.
There is.
There is?
They added some new stuff. Like
Let's get Sam on here.
Yeah, hey,
smiling
can you just
real
give
quick.
Sam the screen for a sec?
Yeah. I want to see.
No,
make Sam
he
smile
took it
for us?
when
Oh, hey, Sam.
That happened last time with Dark Souls. I'm not
Look,
giving.
maybe you should just be Sam. How about that? Maybe.
There it is.
Does this
Hey, Sam,
work?
holy
This-
crap,
this
it's
is-
Sam.
That's almost as
It's
close.
Hey, I
Sam's
play
strong.
shooters and really hard games. I'm also very attractive. My name is Sam. Let's talk about Destiny. I can't. So that hurt my arms. To flex like that.
hurt your arms?
That long.
Broke your
Yeah.
arm muscles.
Let Sam know. Let Sam know. I think his mom's hot. Please let him know that.
Oh.
And it's true.
mom?
Have you seen his mom? His mom's hot.
Link
Sam's
Sam's
mom?
mom.
I don't have a picture of Sam's mom on me,
come on,
but I'm
guys.
sure I have
Come
one on an external hard drive somewhere.
Yep.
That's some after the show talk.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really interested in Destiny. I think it looks great. I think I want to play it. I
Yeah,
just don't want to play it on PlayStation 4. I don't
I'm
know.
really weary about MMOs that are shooters. Like I'm old school. I like swords. You know, I like stabs. I like magic. I don't know. Combining the
Planet side, dude. But planet side.
yeah, you know,
Well, the
Borderlands.
Xbox One beta starts tomorrow. Yeah.
Did you see that they Xbox One pre-orders are just starting to like vanish? Did you see that?
Really?
Really?
I don't know why. I don't know what but in Europe and places like that where suddenly it's only PlayStation 4 versions you can order pre-order,
Really?
which is curious.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So I don't know what's. I assume it's all like just a misunderstanding, but you know the internet. It's all rumor. It's all rumor now. Like, oh, did you see what Xbox did? Speaking of Xbox, did anyone see that? It's not in the news, but did anyone see that PlayStation again for like the nth quarter running is just wrecking Xbox?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
wrecking
man.
it for like no reason. I guess there is a reason, but I mean. There's no games. Like, I don't know.
Right.
People are just buying it because it's a PlayStation. Like, I don't know. There's nothing between the two. People would be like, I have to have a PlayStation over an Xbox, except for it's an Xbox.
Yeah.
No,
PS
man. The Xbox interface isn't. It doesn't do it for me at all.
It's confusing.
Plus, they're spying on you. The government is spying.
The government.
on you.
The government's
Yeah.
looking at you.
I don't. For someone who owns both, I actually think the Xbox is easier to use than the PlayStation.
Really?
You like it better?
I mean, maybe it's because I've used it more.
Right.
I say this because I've used Xbox more to watch Netflix.
Right.
Right.
The Netflix
Right.
machine. Right.
And I haven't used PlayStation at all for anything because I would have used it had HBO Go, but I don't use these systems for anything. I still have my Xbox 360 and my PlayStation 3 right here because I at least play games on those. The other I don't know. It was poor choices. Poor life choices led me to buy those.
Poor life choices.
This is your job, man.
Oh, yeah, no, I
You
can
get them.
Oh, I wrote those things off. That was my 2013 year
I
tax
mean,
tax
yeah,
year.
man.
Like, I needed
assume,
this for work. Yes.
If you're gonna say that, turn off your Xbox. The government is listening.
The government's listening to you, Jesse.
government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good,
I don't know.
I mean,
good
why-
addition. Good addition.
I'll
Why do you-
admit that I would buy a PlayStation before an Xbox.
Why?
And only because, like I said, interface. And I feel like I used my PlayStation 3 longer than I used my Xbox.
I totally agree with that. I did.
Plus
I
indie
used my
games.
PlayStation 3 way more than I used my Xbox, but like, I don't know. Just
Mostly
right now,
for-
there's no reason to have either. You know.
Yeah, there's no games. Like,
Just have a good computer.
yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
No?
That's the way a lot of people feel, I guess. I mean, that right now it's have a mobile device and a computer, and that's literally like 50% of the market right now is mobile and a computer.
Right.
Yeah.
So whatever, great, fantastic.
I'm more of a PC snob. when it comes to that stuff. I don't go into the systems too much. I mean, Xbox 360 and, to play like all the shooty games that they have, the Call of Duties and stuff. But other than that, like I wouldn't buy. I mean, I guess I would buy a PlayStation 4 over an Xbox One, but the reason, I don't know.
Right?
Well,
it's
funny.
like I don't understand the reasoning behind it. I guess people just like play. Maybe Xbox has enough bad press that it's starting to rub off. That people are just
Maybe.
like, I don't want that system.
Maybe the advertising is working better. Maybe it's a post-hypnotic suggestion. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't even know why. I don't know why I would.
I do
Can't give
think
you a
that in terms of like branding, maybe this isn't true, but to me, in terms of like branding, the Wii U feels very juvenile, right? And the Xbox One feels older, like more like 20s-ish age. And I think the PS4 feels more middle of the road.
Right.
Well, I'm
I don't know. I feel-
57 years old, so. I'm 57.
That's true.
It's
We were
nice to have
discussing
another
this.
old man here who can
Yeah. I was
weigh
born-
in on the situation.
Ronald Reagan was the president when I was born. So,
The math checks out on that.
Math check immediately. But I don't know.
TV games? You guys doing a podcast about the TV games?
Playing your Nintendos.
You got the
My parents always
Nintendos?
call. Did your parents call every system you had the Nintendo,
Nintendo?
for forever? PlayStation
Yeah.
was Nintendo. Sega was Nintendo. Everything was Nintendo.
Super Nintendo was Nintendo.
Yeah.
My parents are pretty old too, and they
caught on pretty quickly.
They caught on, to the alternate
They
names.
They just wanted to be involved in your life.
They're hip Oregon parents. They're up.
Well, because look, my dad is obsessed with Tetris, and he knew nothing else was Nintendo
Right.
except the
right.
machine that could run Tetris. That was the
played-
Nintendo.
Computer, boot up the Tetris.
My dad loved Tetris too, and my mom, I think for Christmas one year or birthday or something, got us both Game Boys and Tetris. Just so my dad could kick my ass at Tetris every time. We'd link together and he'd be like, yeah, what now? What now? I was like, you're an adult. And he's like, yeah. He would not.
I'm using my more developed spatial reasoning skills to destroy you. Yeah.
He did.
That's what you gotta do as a parent.
He did that.
No son of mine's gonna beat me at Tetris.
That and chess and Risk and all those games that we used to play together, he would destroy me.
Oh, dads are great at Risk. Dads at Risk and at Paul. We were talking about Axis and Allies the other day.
Yep.
And
They'll
dads.
destroy you.
And then
don't.
one day, the tide changes, old man.
That's right.
And then you start to lose. And that's when you know your time's up. And I take Australia. So that.
Hey, Dad. Today I beat you at Tetris. Also, I bought your headstone because it's coming.
yeah.
It's coming.
I had never played Risk until my second year of college.
Really?
And I was like,
wow.
and I was like, wow, I'm really behind on this because everybody that I was with that was playing was like, yeah, I've been playing this since I was like a kid.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm
Everyone's
so
got their
fucked.
strat. Everyone has their strategy where they're like,
Yeah, they're
"Here's
like,
what
okay,
you
I'm gonna
do."
go for this cluster of countries
Right.
first, and then it's like, oh, it's just
Yep.
okay.
You're like, it'll be nice to have a place on each continent. I'll do that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to, go all over the place so that I have a little influence everywhere, and there's just blah. Die.
I'm trying to think of anything else cool. Hearthstone today. Hearthstone.
Oh yeah, next.
Today.
Next. Does anyone have any thoughts about the price structure on that? I don't know that I care
I
personally.
don't really know anything about it, honestly. I've been so
expensive.
out of the Hearthstone
It's
game.
like
Yeah.
it's like $29 to buy it all, but if you
Yeah.
buy the first chapter, it's like $9.99, and then the second
Yeah.
chapter is like it's weird price structure where if you spend a bunch of money on the first chapter, the next chapters, if you buy them one wing
Yeah.
after another, it's progressively lower. So
Right.
like it's
Interesting.
$19.99, then $6.99, then $3.99, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You get the first one for free though, right? Like
Right now.
If you do it, you get it for free. And then can you buy it with gold? Can you buy the wings with?
You
it's
can.
like 700
You can buy-
gold or something.
It's
like
700 gold a piece, I think. Yeah.
that? Yeah, which
Right,
is a
right.
lot of gold. I don't have 700 gold.
I
I don't think
played.
there's that much gold in the world. There's only
No one
one
has that
warehouse
much
full of
gold.
gold.
Well, Fort Knox got cleared out, so
Yeah.
wait, the government's watching.
Go.
It's brought to you by Xbox. We're watching you. No,
Give us your gold.
I play Hearthstone now to get to 20,
Yeah.
and then I
Right.
stop. And then I'm like, I got a free card. And then I play
Right.
again, and then I get to 20, and then I stop. As much as I want to continue, I don't care enough. I'm like,
Yeah.
Hearthstone's
It's like
cool.
sure.
I'm hoping that this expansion kind of reinvigorates it a little bit, because I think that what the problem, Josh and a bunch of our friends play it, and the problem that we ran into is we all know each other's decks at this point. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
okay, you're playing this one, I know how you do it, and like we all counter each other at this point.
When we would play Paul, it was fun because we just had crazy Murloc decks that we would go against each other, and it was just luck of the draw. It was a numbers game at that point, like who's gonna get just the better cards, and it was
Right.
it was like Blitzkrieg, like lightning, like rounds. It was really cool, but that wears off even after a while. You're kind of like, all right, just give me my card so I can go play Skyrim.
Really? Yeah.
Do we know how many cards are included in the full thing? Like, if you were to buy the whole thing, do you know how many?
They
cards
just
you get?
released a card list today. I don't.
Yeah.
Nax card
enough
lists. I'm looking it up.
Xbox.
Naxxramas. The
Xbox.
card list revealed. Xbox Bing.
This podcast brought to you by Bing.
And Microsoft.
Dude, we're surrounded
You
by
can
them.
check the full release schedule and price list here. That's not what I want. Also, awesome video ad for the movie Sabotage starring Arnold Schwarzenegger across the entire screen. That's what I wanted when I came to look at your Hearthstone cards. That's what I was here for. There's not one. There's no
Thank
X.
God, a movie ad.
There's no
That's
X to
just
close
what I
this
was
down.
looking for.
Oh,
You know what I need to do? Go to the movies.
I'm on board, Josh.
You
Let's
got
go.
me?
After this,
You
let's
wanna
go
go?
see Sabotage. Let's go see Sabotage.
Is it out yet? I don't know. Let me go to Bing and find the ad.
Xbox Bing. There's 31 cards that I can see right now, but I don't know that that's all of them.
So it's
Yeah,
like
and
a
there's, like,
$1 for a
special-
card.
Yeah, and there's like special cards for each class. Like I think there's like 2 cards for each class or something like that, or 8 or something. I forget the number.
Okay,
But
so
like,
the way it works is there are 4 wings, just like in, Nax. Oh, actually there's 5. Never mind.
5.
There are 4 wings in the main one. All 5 are $24.99. If you own the first wing, it's $19.99 for all of them. If you own the first 2, it's $14.99 for the rest. If you own the first 3, it's $9.99 for the rest. And if you just want to buy individual wings, it's $6.99 or 700 gold each. There you go.
You have to be like an accountant to figure out what's the best way to do that.
They really
Yeah.
did try to make it as complicated. I mean, I guess it's fair. It costs less as time goes on, but they also made it extremely complicated.
Yeah, it's like- Why don't they all just cost one thing? Like, just make them all cost like
just a
$5.
package.
Yeah, like
Or that.
or whatever. Yeah, or
Well, they
do
figure-
that.
We'll confuse them a lot, and then they'll just buy it out of frustration.
That's what I'm
probably
doing.
what it is.
I'm spending
Yeah.
$24 to buy it out of front. I was like, I don't want to have to worry about it. I'm not gonna go find gold and stuff. I think it's. We'll see. I mean, all these cards look really cool. They all have cool things they add to it. But-
Yeah, that one legendary Fen Creeper is like our buddy Mike was telling us, that's like a Murloc deck beater, like it's
Zoo
like
deck beater, yeah.
stops zoo decks, which
Yeah.
I hate.
Oh,
because
interesting.
There's I think Kel'Thuzad's card is really cool, where at the end of every turn, if he's on the board, he respawns every card that died. So if you're like a Warlock, or I'm trying to think what the other class would be, you can make that guy stealth, so he can never be attacked.
Oh,
and you just put him on
wow.
the board, and then just send your guys in to die, and then whoop, they're all back. Like, that's ruthless. There's a lot
Use
of cool
that-
things.
Yeah, there's
Ooh,
got to
I
be a
gotta
way
go.
to keep that, because that's a loop. That's like a bad
Yeah.
loop. That
Well,
can
I
happen.
mean, there's there's flare if you're a hunter, things like that, which will show that.
right.
Show it, yeah.
But so it'll be fun, but also at the same time, I am dreading all the like specialized deck. The other day, I played against some guy who was like, "I'm gonna be a paladin, and all my guys are gonna have taunt and shield and like
Dude,
holy."
that's
and I'm
the
just like-
shaman.
I was like, I hate you so much. And then all he would do is he would spawn his like one guys that he gets for 2 every turn.
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
spawned
yeah.
one, and then another, and then he just like shield him and do all sorts of crazy stuff to him.
Yep.
And he wasn't hard to beat. It was just a pain in the ass because it took like 2 hours. I was like,
Yeah,
oh my
pretty
god, you are making me go crazy here.
Yeah.
It's like those things drive me nuts. And so, Yeah.
That
Luckily,
game-
I don't care.
That game
About
makes
time.
me want to punch like a kitten. Like sometimes you'll get like a. It's the game. It's not me. Sometimes you'll get like.
That's not who
you
I
know,
am inside.
Yeah, it's not who I really am.
It's the game.
Yeah.
It's the game. It's the game.
You play a shaman and he's got like 4 taunts up and you're like, I don't even want to deal with this right now. I quit, concede,
Right.
next game. You know, like that.
Right.
That's what's really frustrating. I also don't want to have to like learn a whole bunch of new like strategies to like beat people. I kind of like am anti-expansion in that way. Even in WoW, I was like, I don't want to learn this new stuff. I just got the best stuff.
Yeah.
I
fear
had to.
change.
I gave into questing, all the different
Yeah.
quests, and so I was like, probably should level up a hunter. So I went and like looked up all the best hunter strats and found one that is so ridiculous. I don't know how. There must be a counter out there, but since I only played at like 20 anymore, the people I'm playing against obviously can't
Yeah.
counter this thing, and it's all 1 to 4 cards, like 1 to 4 gem cards, and you just spam.
You
Like
just go. Yeah.
by I think like gem 8. If they aren't dead, you're doing it wrong. Like it's
Yeah.
just like it's so quick, and you're just like, holy, how is this? How can you
Yeah.
counter this?
Yeah.
It's offensive. Like those things. I'm like, all right, shit. And then I get to 20, and I'm like, good on me, and then I just quit.
Yep,
Like
that's
see you next
exactly-
season.
I've had people concede on me on Gem 2 if I've got
Yep.
2 Murlocs out. They're like, fuck it. I just
Yeah,
leave. and I'm
Murloc
like,
deck scares people off instantly. As
Yeah.
soon as they see the first Murloc drop, like they're thinking about leaving.
Yeah.
And then the second one comes down, they're like, all right, I'm out. I'm
done.
Good old
Sorry.
Murlocs. I wanted to try to do a pirate deck. That was my dream, and then I gave
Yeah.
up on it. I gave up on that dream.
Yeah.
Don't give up.
I got old Merc guy and I was like, I'm good forever. And then I also gave up on the pirate deck.
I
Pirates
don't
are
know.
hard.
parrot.
Huh?
You get a cool parrot if you get
I
all the
know you
pirate.
get a. Yeah.
Yeah, but it all relies on you having a warrior with weapons. Like that's
Yeah.
like it's like you can get a bunch of weapons. You got the best deck in the game. It's like, well, that means I have to spend money or play a lot in order to.
Right.
Like I don't want to have
Yep.
to buy more cards. I play decks based on what I have, and luckily, a lot of the really good people like that play on Twitch and stuff. Their whole show premise is like, I don't buy cards, and I can show you I can get to first place and grand
Right.
champion or whatever the hell it is. It's like,
Yep.
thank you for existing, because
Yeah.
now you're helping me like completely cheat this game. So
Right.
thank
Yeah, man.
you. Mind you, I hate them
troll.
all. I
hate them all.
hate
They're
them
probably
all.
beating you.
yeah, Trump's a
probably
bad
kicking your
person,
ass.
but I feel like you know, it's
It's
fun to use the
proletariat versus
strategies.
bourgeois, dude.
Right.
That's what it is.
It's really
Rocky.
interesting to see the different strat. Like, there's some people, I'm not gonna name any names. Some people who threw a lot of money at Hearthstone and now have like all gold decks, and they spend their streams unpacking cards. I'm not naming names. I'm not naming names.
What? Huh?
But
Who?
Did that?
that's some people. That's
Hello?
some people.
Sam!
Do you hear
Damn.
this?
Damn.
Sam, what do you think about that? I'm over here getting swole, babe.
He doesn't actually have a desk there. He's just pumping iron constantly.
Yeah. He's like that dude in the Clockwork Orange that's just working out in the background that whole time. You guys don't, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Do you remember that part of the movie?
Not at all.
I just remember the penis vase. That's the only thing I
You gotta remember the penis
the
face.
penis vase.
Anyway.
Anyway.
That is the perfect time to take a break. We'll be back in a little bit. Stay tuned, and we will just, I don't know what the hell we're going to do. We're going to talk about news. There's a lot of cool news this week, and we'll get to that. So we'll be right back in a sec. Stay tuned.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Oh, my goodness. Let's get to the news, shall we?
news.
News. It's news you can use. News and
News.
views and pubes.
Choose and nudes.
Yep.
News.
So, where do we start today? There's so many good places to start. I feel like, I think, well, besides cats, they're the best.
I'm not gonna be able to do anything
old
about this.
news.
Cats. I hate cats. They drive me-
We have workman's comp for this podcast because I think I'm gonna get an
Yeah.
eye injury.
Her tail is just like, yo.
I can't.
Yo.
You ready?
I can't
Hold on, you ready to hear a
handle
cat freak out? Ready?
Yeah.
Don't touch me. You know where we should start? I think a place that I feel like we should have a continuing segment here on the show called "What the Fuck, Japan," In this
Yeah.
All right,
case,
cool, good.
let's go to Japan where we're going to talk about the Wii U and its NFC compatibility for easy payments, but only for Japan. So for those of
Okay.
you who know, it has like a little thing in the bottom corner of your Wii U's controller majig, that little square. That is for like everything. They have the little the Nintendo, like you can stick Mario on there now and have Mario show up in your games.
Yeah.
They have like that little thing. I didn't know what that was for. I just thought it was like a little symbol, like this is the TV thing. Apparently, it's their NFC majig that like scans 50,000 tags.
Yeah.
And now they're gonna let you use credit cards and stuff for it. Pissing
Yeah,
me
that's a
off.
really bad idea.
Is it? I'm excited. I think that's great.
It's a
Except we
great
don't get
idea,
it.
but it's a bad idea if you want to have your money.
Have money, yeah.
Ignore
Yeah.
how much dust is on this because I haven't used it in a while.
What is this?
Oh, here we go.
you're
Oh, we're getting that. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Why
there.
do you have that? Why do you have that
got
one?
Zelda on it.
She's got tattoos on hers.
What?
Why do you have Zelda? Did you get a Zelda console?
Yeah, I got
Oh,
the
it's the
Wind
Wind
Waker
Waker.
bundle.
Oh, all right. I wouldn't have paid money for that, so we're good. All right.
Hey, it's me.
My,
There's some beautiful faces.
my jealousy ended.
There's Josh. There's
But
Jesse.
see the thing right. Show it again. See the thing right above the Triforce.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is the NFC deal, and so apparently that's at least now in Japan you can swipe your credit card to pay for things through there. Which you're right, it probably is dangerous, and that's probably why they won't let Americans do it. But there's got to be some idiot Japanese people who are like scan, right? They can't all be afraid of bringing shame to their houses. So, you know, scan. I imagine there's a lot of idiots in Japan. And so I'm just
They
saying,
can't all be salarymen.
you're right? And so it seems like a great concept. I think it's taking this that little thing that they put in their system to a whole new level. It's adding things to it. But again, only in Japan. All the
Yeah.
cool
Only in
things that
Japan.
Nintendo
Right.
does, only in Japan. I'm still pissed about that Hyrule Warriors bundles that are only in Japan. You get a clock. That's the Triforce. Only in Japan. Drives me crazy. Crazy.
You get a clock?
Like it's a Triforce clock.
See, they're on an island, so they flaunt it. You're like, can't get here. It's
Yeah.
impossible to travel to this island.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always get so bummed out. I know we were talking about this, I think, last week, but every time there's a really cool version of a console, like handheld or otherwise, it's always only available in Japan.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fine, I don't need you. I have the really basic black one, and I'm perfectly
coolest
happy
one
with
anyway.
that. So it goes with everything.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm gonna
basic
try and
bitch
find
anything.
for you the 3DS is a perfect example. Here
Yeah.
we get like red, blue, maybe a few silly ones, right?
I think we got specific Pokemon ones. That's like as cool as they. Oh, actually, we got an Animal Crossing one too.
That one was cool. That was
Did we get the
Pop-Tart.
Pikachu one, or was that only in Japan?
Yeah, we got Pikachu too.
We got the Pikachu
and,
one.
and Animal Crossing was Pop-Tart, was Cherry Pop-Tart one.
Pop-Tart.
I'm trying to find like there's so many good ones that I'm trying to find one that demonstrates like how freaking fantastic some of these are, because
Yeah.
obviously, you know, some of the ones we get are you saw the 3DS ones that were. Here's a perfect example.
Let's see this.
I'm ready.
Yeah, this should
My
work.
body is ready.
This is a message from my cat.
Oh, dang
by
it.
the way.
It started a
That she-
commercial.
What?
Of course.
What'd you do? Oh,
An ad started on the stream, so I can't.
Pokemon is a perfect example of one. So, like the ones that we get are like it has like Charizard on the front, or the XY ones, or whatever it was, right?
Right.
This is This is the Japanese one that they got because we get. I guess we don't have the same awesome tastes. I don't know, but you can see that's what they got compared to what we got, which was like a blue one with X and Y on it. So they got like one that's really fanciful looking. It's gold. It has all the different characters' silhouettes. It looks
beautiful.
incredible. Like I'll try to find the Zelda ones.
Yeah, that's ornate.
Right? X is Zelda. So the 3DS that we got it looks like black Triforce. You flip it open, it's the Triforce there.
Yeah.
The one they got is 10 billion times better, and I just need to find it now. Because even finding screenshots, they have a Monster Hunter one that looks great.
I know.
Oh man.
Oh, Monster Hunter. I love Monster Hunter. I would love to have the Monster Hunter one.
What they have a 3DS with what is that Skyward Sword on it? Look, it's starting to anger me now. Looking,
There's
at
so
these.
many options though. Like that's almost too much stuff. Like
Yeah, because you can
I don't
only
know.
really
Like, you're
own
only gonna
one.
buy one.
you only
right?
can buy one,
Yeah.
so now you got to make a decision. It's like
Unless
Which one? Which-
you're like a collector,
Right.
Then you would buy all of them.
You know what's even more? What's even more aggravating? Oh my god! All right, let's get rid of this picture.
Well,
This,
if they put that NFC thing on there, I can just swipe my card and I can
Yeah,
just buy
yeah.
all of them real easily.
Right,
This-
right, yeah.
is what you
That's our
get
credit cards.
as a collector thing in Japan. You can't get it here, but it's a 3DS collector exclusive. It's a treasure chest where you store your 3DS games, and when you open it, it does like the da-do-do-do-do-da-da, like that thing.
What?
what?
How?
I want that for everything. I want
Right?
a closed drawer that does that. I want a closet that does that. I want a what's that Clueless closet that
Oh,
does
that's
that,
so
and all my
cool.
outfits come out.
I want a bed that I lay in and I open up in the morning and it does
a
that.
Murphy bed.
Some of these are so damn. I'm looking at some of these 3DSs. They're so stylish.
Oh, that's cool.
They're like accessories.
Recently, it's been lots of PS4s that have been coming out. There's a
Yeah.
frozen PS4
Mm-hmm.
because Japan is so fucking in love with
You
Disney.
have to thaw it out before you play it.
Haha. For
Only with your heart.
special edition.
Is there,
Did you
is
see
there a
the,
cricket sound effect?
Did you see the white ones? There's also a
Yeah.
Metal Gear PS4. There's a Destiny PS4. There's all
Yeah,
these
the
things.
Destiny one is beautiful.
There's all these things where it's like, no, you can. I'll actually show the Frozen one. Here's the thing: I'm not too impressed by the PlayStation 4's things because 90% of them are just that one
Only in that
glossy
one
bar,
area.
which you can just
Right,
remove
yeah.
anyway on your own and put whatever the hell you want there.
Right.
I've
Like
seen
that
done.
Xbox
Yeah,
thing.
I was saying to Sam because I was like, oh man, we should totally have the Frozen PS4 just because he has Frozen everything. But I
Oh,
was
really?
like, we could
What a
just get
man.
a fucking cry cut machine and just cut out
and make your own.
decals and
Yeah.
make
Yeah.
do whatever you want on your own systems. Yeah,
I just put like smelly stickers, scratch and sniffs on mine.
Yeah.
perfect.
I put fuzzy ones. I like
Yeah,
fuzzy better
the
than
Puffy
smelly.
paint.
Just write your name.
Yeah, Josh.
But Destiny, we get that. So I mean, Destiny's like the first white one, I guess. Which
Lol.
Right.
That's kinda-
I don't care too much about a white PS4. But
Damn.
there's so there's so many things here that's just like this is, Japan's getting all these. Look, I'm just jealous. I'm gonna let you know now, Japan. I'm jealous. And I'm sick and tired of not being able to use the crap you come out with because it's fantastic looking.
You
and
should
I'd have
look
to
at
buy-
it this way. You don't have to buy them now.
Yeah. It's a savings
Try to
account for you.
flip. It's yes. You're
True.
saving for college, or your son's or daughter
Nope.
that is unborn child's
Nope,
college
not
fund.
feeling it. Not feeling it.
You just no wrong.
But with that said, I just had the realization that probably in Kingdom Hearts 3 there's going to be a Frozen thing, which
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
yeah.
I
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the Frozen movie.
Neither have
You haven't
I.
seen
Don't
it?
worry, I haven't seen it either. So
It's pretty magical.
Have you seen it?
It's pretty special.
Yeah. I
Why?
went to see it. I went to see it.
it's pretty magical.
Jen has nephew and niece.
Okay.
Jen has
Has
nephew.
and niece.
Apparently,
I saw it of my own volition with my mom. Anyway,
I know. Apparently, Nintendo is going to release a peripheral in 2015 that will allow you to use the amiibo figures with the Wii with your 3DS as well. What is happening? Nintendo is coming up with so many like cool new things.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, what would we ever use? I guess Smash.
Right.
Smash is going to be it. When
Smash.
Smash comes
Yeah.
out, the world's going to
That's
be
what
like,
they're banking on, right?
Nintendo is always Nintendo. We always believed in you. Says the
You
internet.
want a figurine of your very own amiibo of yourself? It looks just like you. Figurine of your body. We'll send that to you. Low
Your
price,
body.
$39.99.
Here's the thing.
be like, wow.
Dodger, totally a fan of amiibo bodies, but when it's a zombie bitten corpse, not a fan. I caught
It
you.
was
I caught
literally
you. I caught
from
you.
here to here. That's different.
That's
very
the amiibo.
different,
The amiibo
Jesse.
body is literally
The
just like
amiibo body is
an
just
oval.
an torso.
It's just an oval. But there's a zombie bite out of it. That way I can
right.
like it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That makes it cool.
I don't know. I still am perpetually angered by that, and I'll never be happy. I'll never be happy not getting things Japan gets because
Aw.
I want it. I want it.
But do you really? I mean, do you?
Here's the thing. No, here's the thing. Honestly, I
have a
probably
computer.
wouldn't buy it. I probably wouldn't buy it, and I probably don't care that much. But the fact that I can't have it,
Yeah.
that's the American in me.
That's
That's the
kills.
American in me that's like, I will fucking bomb your country
I'm
to get it.
entitled to everything you have.
Well, I mean, we
Japan.
already did that, and I mean, we don't want to.
Yeah,
wanna
let's.
go.
Shh. What?
I'm saying we've done it. We've done it once. What would be the harm in doing it again?
Well, twice.
Shut
Well,
it
more
down,
than
Jesse.
that. I mean,
Jesse, shut it down.
Oh wait, no, a third time actually. You're right. Third time. Third time's a
Shut
charm.
it, shut it down.
Third time's a charm, Japan.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
We're coming back.
hey, we don't want to wake up any Godzillas.
Yeah, Jesse, think about repercussions.
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Do we not want to do that?
I mean,
I
real life
kind of want to see Godzilla.
That'd
I'd
be
like
kind of
to see Godzilla.
awesome.
But like, you have
afar,
a computer
right?
though. Like, you could
You
just
don't want
go
Godzilla
on,
in your town. You want to know that Godzilla is somewhere in the world, and you
Yes,
can
yes,
see
yes.
keeping you
Yeah.
safe at night.
Yeah,
Is
Here's-
Godzilla.
From Mothra and other kaiju. Yes. Yes. King of the monsters, guys. King of the monsters. He rules with an iron fist. He's fair, but
Not
just.
Mechagodzilla rules with an iron fist.
Hey-o.
Make a Godzilla come out. While they're dealing with the Godzilla, we'll walk in,
Take all the
all-
games.
take all their systems and their
take
TVs.
all the 3DSs. There we
And
go.
their TVs.
Their TVs. Only 2 of them.
Only
Yeah,
2
oh.
TVs though.
That's all we
Really
need.
carry two.
Only ones that we can carry easily because you know.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like those little handheld TVs that you used to
Yeah,
have that
just-
were like part radio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had one of those in my kitchen growing up. I used
So
to
did
watch
we.
GoBots on it.
Go by.
Yes. Okay, so
And
now
eat
that we've
oatmeal.
threatened Japan with another nuclear attack,
But you have a computer. Why don't you just go on your computer and buy stuff? And you can buy the
I
stuff
don't
from
wanna-
Japan.
I don't want. You know what? You can get them on eBay for like $800. I don't need it that bad. I don't need it. Most things I get, I end up giving away anyway. So I just
You can't
don't-
go to like Japan.com and like buy stuff.
Japan.com.
Like, you can't do that. Is that a thing?
Well, aren't they region restricted?
Yeah, you
so
can't. I
only
mean, you
get
can't play like.
you can
right.
own it just to own it. But it's one of those things where it's just like when I go to conventions and I'm like, I have to have that swag, not because I want it,
Yeah.
because I have it. And I'll go like at the end of the convention and be like, yes, so I'm going to give away these items in a swag contest, and I have a YouTube channel. I like to, and I just take it. I'm like,
Just take it.
You're like a dwarf, but for video games.
it's true. I have, but here's the thing: is that
That's the most accurate thing anyone said.
then when I get it, I realize like, what the fuck am I gonna do with this stuff? And it sits in
Yeah.
a closet till I then do give it away. So really,
you
I'm
don't-
not lying. I just
Yeah.
want to have it. I just need it.
Jesse doesn't have like full on gold sickness yet. He's just
You got game
know.
sickness.
I have.
Yeah,
I
he's
have,
got game sickness.
And it can be like things like posters and t-shirts. T-shirts, like I'll go to t-shirts and they'll be like, sorry, all we have left is small. I'm like, fine, I'll take like 6. Like it doesn't matter.
Stitch them together.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me that it
I'll make
I can't
pillows out
use it or it won't fit it. I just that I have it and I'm like, yes. And then after I have it, I'm like, well, this was stupid. And I throw it in a closet and it sits there until I'm like, all right, I'm going to give it away in a contest. And then I feel good about myself and the internet's
Right.
happy and everything's good. And then I can go
Everybody
back.
wins. It's a
Yeah.
symbiosis.
And then I
do
can
you have a cave? Do you have a cave that's just filled with video game stuff and you just sleep
Yeah.
on it?
It's right over
Dragon.
there.
Yeah, little curled up
I have-
dragon on top.
I have a closet
Jesse eye
that
pops
is,
out of it.
I have a closet that is literally filled with like stuff that I get throughout the year, and then I go through it. And I'm like, I'm gonna give away this and this and this and this. I can't stop. It's a problem. It's my I'm a dragon. I'm a dwarvish dragon, basically a
Dwarvish
dragon with a
dragon,
beard, a short dragon with a beard, and I have the swag sickness. I can't stop. I can't stop it.
Swag
Oh, it's okay.
sickness.
Swag sickness. Like seasickness. Take some Dramamine.
I can't stop.
If you take 2 Dramamine at a con, you won't buy anything because you'll be asleep for 15 hours.
It's true.
Watch
true.
Comic Cons this weekend. I've already pre-planned my stops. Like I'm gonna go.
You have a
and
map. You're a dwarf.
You are a
dude. You have
dwarf.
maps.
I've pre-planned my. I'm gonna go to Blizzard because I know Blizzard has. Ever
Yeah.
since BlizzCon, I saw they had those. The developers of Heroes of the Storm had special shirts that
have to
were
get
all
there
the
early,
characters
yeah.
and the teams. And so like Diablo's player 666, and Kerrigan and Nova are 69. Yeah, I don't know what they are, but they have the different shirts, and I wanted those so bad. I even offered to pay money to a guy at BlizzCon. Now they're selling them. So I literally called every
Now you're
contact I know
offering-
at Blizzard.
all right, you're not a dragon anymore. You're offering money to people. This is a whole.
Well,
getting white
that was
man
BlizzCon
now.
because
Now
I
you're
couldn't
white.
because I couldn't get them because no one could
dwarf.
get them and I wanted it. So they were like, "Sorry, for devs only," and I was like, One day you'll be mine. Well, anyway, so at Comic-Con, they have all that there. Plus, they have like a little treasure goblin, a bunch of other crap. And I was like,
that's cool.
and it's not the like evil treasure goblin. It's the happy one from the Rainbow Land. So it was like, I want that. And so all these things. And so I called every person I know at Blizzard and was like, you guys got to save me some of that. I might not get to you in time. Save a little bundle on the side. They're like, we'll see what we can do. I was like, you better see what you can do. So I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to weave my way. Like, I have so many places I want to go. I'm going to go to the Capcom area, and I want to go, oh, my God, guys. You don't even know. It's all planned out up in my brain hole.
It's like a family circus comic in your head.
It is. It's one of those, like, and then in the end, I'm eating ice cream, and it got all over the place in the comic.
Last
Family
year was my
circus.
first time going to Comic-Con, and I have to say, that is the densest convention I've ever been to.
Oh, yeah.
Like, walking in, when you're my height, you mostly just see backs. That's mostly all you see on the floor is
What are you, like
backs.
2'11"?
She is. She's
Yep,
roughly
you nailed
2'11".
it, actually. Yeah.
Roughly 2'12".
It's crazy. Like, people are squished up against each other, and you're just, like, inching along.
That
Just
makes
like,
me nervous.
It's-
I don't like that.
It's a lot. Like last year, you're right. Last year was my first time too, and it was really overwhelming. And that's why this year I have to have a plan. Because I'll be honest, 99% of Comic-Con is superfluous bullshit.
yeah,
it's
it's
just
all about
like-
buying stuff. Yeah,
And so I have gotten to the point where I was like, I need to go here and here and here and here, and then I'm just gonna go hang out at the different places outside and get wasted. That's my
Yeah,
plan.
that's how you got-
Comic-Con.
The only
We have-
thing that I know specifically I want is the people who make and sell Gundams. They always have a special, like, limited edition Gundam that they only sell at Comic-Con, so I want that.
They have
do
a
they make
Mega Man
Gundams
hat.
for people who are 2'11"?
They do. She
They're
fits-
just a
she
regular
fits in-
person?
She fits
It's
in
just-
perfectly.
it's- I mean,
it's a
it's
normal
the same-
Gundam. It's a normal Gundam
Gundam. I just
she
happen
just
to
fits
fit.
in.
It just crawls
Yeah.
inside of it. That's convenient.
There's a Mega Man
yeah.
hat. They have like cool Mega Man, like legit Mega Man hats. I want that.
That's awesome.
There's so many cool things there. I don't even know. Mind you, I say I want that, but when I see the price tag, I'll be like, nope. Sorry, not for me.
But can you imagine having the hat and the
Yes.
blaster when it comes?
Whoa.
Oh yeah,
every
next
Halloween
podcast.
costume.
Next podcast, that'll be a thing.
Crazy.
Every Halloween costume.
Unless I can do what I normally do, which is Total Biscuit name drop. Best name drop 2014.
Really?
Do it. I'm just letting you know. Just go up to people and say, I'm on a podcast with Total Biscuit. And they're like, oh, I know John. They're like, yeah, no, he's a great guy. Here, have some free shit. Best thing you can do.
Really?
Hands down. And I do it all the time. I should do it all the time. That should be my thing.
And now everybody
at
on the internet
restaurants.
knows it.
Yeah. No, I should.
At restaurants, yeah. I happen to do a podcast with one Mr. John Bain / Total Biscuit. He'll be like, here's a drink on the house, sir.
I don't know.
Thank you.
I imagine that wouldn't work. I've used it once and it worked, but because the guy was like watching a TV video at the time, and I was like,
probably,
oh yeah, you know, John, I do a podcast with him. He's like, oh my God, bro, here, have a poster. I was like, yeah.
It works every time if you're at Fridays and you also, in conjunction with that, say it's your birthday.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
It
You'll
works
get a cake.
every time.
We lost Dodger's gone, and instead
Bye, Dodger.
there's a
you
problem
really-
with the guys. There's a problem with the call. If you can't see that,
I see
she's
it.
back now. Hey,
Yay! Victory!
alright.
What happened?
nothing.
Welcome
You
to the
vanished.
podcast.
But yeah, no. So that's my goal. One day I will get so shameless that I will just be like, yeah, I know TB. I imagine it works fantastic.
Why not?
And what you
Why
got to
not?
do?
I imagine it works great.
Try it on the Japanese.
Here's the thing. I imagine they'd be like,
It's a lovely 3DS.
Biscuit son.
You know, Total
Oh, they'd hate him and they'd be like, we will. I don't know why that's the voice, my
son.
Japanese voice. Biscuit son. Oh, that's my apologies to everyone in Japan. Let's
Well, you
move
already
on
wanna
with
Really,
the
this
news.
whole
You already
podcast
talked
so
about
far.
bombing them again.
Yeah.
Look,
You're already
there's-
ready to nuke them again. Jesus.
nuke some freedom into them.
Wow.
That's what I plan on doing. We'll nuke some freedom in and some tentacles out. America.
Freedom goes in. New video game systems comes
Not
out.
that.
All right.
works.
So let's actually move on to another topic. Let's talk about Google really quick.
All
right.
What's that? I've never heard of that.
So
What's
the
Google?
Google is
The Google.
something on the internet the kids are into.
We use Bing on this podcast, sir.
Xbox, Bing. Still to this day, Xbox will not recognize Bing, even though that's the system it uses. It's like, sorry, don't know what Bing is. So Google has agreed to stop calling games with in-app purchases
Oh yes.
free,
Free to play. Yeah.
at least in Europe. But
Right.
I think it's kind of interesting that they did something that probably should have been done a long time ago by Apple and by like literally everyone. Should it like if you're paying any money in a game, free isn't what it is.
But the
It's
game is free.
that's a demo that you pay money to unlock the game. Is what it is.
Yeah,
Really?
but
That's
but
the first
you could-
one's free. That's the here, try some heroin.
Yeah, it's-
Yeah, the
and
drugs.
maybe it'll, maybe
Apps,
you will like
apps are heroin, basically. Apps are
Right.
phone heroin, and they're like, yeah, no, man, it's free, and if you like it, it's only $9.99 to get some more points. Like that's not cool.
You need some more energy? $5.
I mean, they did in Europe. I know that they were having lots of discussions about this, about the morality surrounding free to play games and like tricking kids into buying things without parents' permission and things
Right.
like that. Like
Well, that's been going on even before the internet, though.
yeah, just purchases that are kind of confused with
Right.
normal gameplay,
And,
right?
yeah, the European Commission, which sounds like the coolest place to work, because I don't know what the hell goes on there. The European Commission basically said that in-app purchases are a legitimate business model, and that's fine, but it's essential for the app makers to understand and respect EU law while they develop the new business models around that. So basically, like, it's cool that you have in-app purchases, but you have to
Can't call
understand
it
that
free.
yeah, the in-app purchases that you're using basically are like in the UK they just said this thing. I don't have the article in front of me, but they said something about Dungeon Keeper, about how basically that game blatantly ripped people off, and they were like, you can't do that. Like,
Yeah.
that's which I think is really cute. As an American, I think it's really cute. The rest
Well,
of the wor-
that's the thing, right?
the rest
Like,
of the
as
world's
an
like,
American,
you shouldn't rip people off. That's bad. But as Americans, we're like, if you can get away with it,
Good job, buddy.
right?
Kind of like that's what we built this whole thing on over
Right.
here. I don't know if you guys know about that.
Yep.
the system works
Freedom
like that.
to rip off.
Yeah,
It's- look-
snake oil salesmen.
Yeah, I mean
It's
that's
going on forever.
our history has been like one of my favorite. When I was a teacher, one of my favorite lessons in economics was teaching people about mouthwash and how Listerine originally Listerine was for floors and stuff.
Right.
And they were like, well, we got to sell more of it, so they invented bad breath because everyone had bad breath, and they
Right.
invented the concept of like your breath should smell good, and that's how they sold Listerine. And so like we do that shit
Breath
all the
should
time,
smell good for 10 minutes spurts at a time.
right?
Yeah.
And then you just
Until
gotta,
you eat food and whatever, smoke
And
and,
ruin
drink
it,
coffee
yeah.
and whatever.
And that, I mean, that's how we roll over here. But
Yeah.
it's really funny to see like all the like the EU commissions and things
is-
getting together and being like, we should not be like this. You should
that
not
a-
rip off your fellow man. And it's like, oh, you guys.
Is that a problem? Is that like a rampant problem? Like, it's not like you're selling kids like cigarettes or something. Look, all I'm saying is, I think we all used our parents' credit cards to accidentally call some phone sex operators a few times.
Go on.
And then you have to say, I don't know what happened. And then your mom says, I'm not paying for that.
I mean,
And that's
that's
over. The problem's
That's
resolved.
the thing, right? Isn't that still a thing that like you could say like if
Phone
you're a
sex
minor,
operators, yes.
do you know of any good ones?
Oh, let me just check my Excel documents.
Hold on.
There's, I mean, like even here, it's like the issue. It's basically about children spending money. Like I feel like that's probably where the line is drawn between, I would say, America and the rest of the world. And the European Commission, all these guys are basically saying like children could take your credit card and spend $2,600 on a game like Tap Pet Hotel and do stuff
Right.
like that. And so they shouldn't be like, that's wrong. It's the gaming company's
I got
problem
it.
that happened. But here it's like, no, it's your parents' like. You're the one who didn't regulate your child, so why the hell
Right.
should the industry pay for? We do that with fast food and everything. It's like you're the
Right.
one who ate 26 Big Macs. Why are you suing? Because you're fat, like that kind of stuff.
Right.
So-
Here's the problem.
I think, yeah.
Oh, here's the solution. Child labor laws gone. Give them
Put
their
them in
money.
lines.
Give them some money.
Yeah.
They'll buy.
I've said this for a year. For one whole year.
For one
I've
whole
said
year.
this.
I felt
it was
that child labor
2006.
was really strict.
I tried it, didn't work out so well, so I gave up on it. But for a whole year,
Right.
their fingers are just the right size to get those bobbins. They
man.
reach in there, whoop, whoop,
They'll make our
Right.
phones. They make our phones, and then they use those phones to spend all the money they just made.
Right.
Yep.
It's a cycle.
cycle.
China doesn't have that problem. They have all their people are working. That's
There you go.
that's
And
why
you're
we're falling behind. Children should back less school, more work.
I think like after spending so much time with Sam's nephew, who's like 2, he loves phones. Like he'll play whatever.
They all
games.
know how to use them. They know about.
But like the likelihood of him pressing a button that would be like buy a thing was
Right.
so high. It happened all the time, and
Yeah.
you'd have to like keep really close watch on him because it wasn't a sinister, malicious thing from this child. It was just like
Right. He just was
pressing
hitting
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like my favorite example of a way to counteract that, aside from just with Apple, they just make you put in your password. You know?
Right.
But on that stupid cat farm game that I was playing for so long, Jesse, there was a cat farm game that I was playing, and
Nope.
there's nothing else to do in that game. I've done everything.
You
but
farm cats?
Farming cats.
no,
Yeah.
you are running a farm where all of the farmers are cats.
Are cats.
Yeah.
Oh, so real.
So real
Yeah,
fun.
so it's a real farm. Anyway, so up in the corner it would have like the, you want gems to make things go faster? Buy gems, and I never did.
Yeah.
But when you pressed that, it would come up with a multiplication problem. And it would be like, what's,
brilliant.
Oh,
what's 3
that's
times
good.
4? And I'd be
I don't
like,
even know what that is.
what? It's 12.
That's kid racist.
So,
But also on the same phone, there's this app called a calculator. That
whoa.
you could put that problem in even if you didn't know
Also,
what that was.
couldn't you just turn off Wi-Fi or the LTE service on whatever? Like if you give a kid an
That's
iPad,
right.
turn off.
Well, then you're double paying. Then you're paying for the data.
Well, no,
That's
but I'm saying like if you have an iPad and it doesn't
Airplane
have,
mode.
just
Right.
airplane mode, that
Airplane
thing,
mode.
and your kid's like, oh, I just want to, and they press stuff and it won't work. I assume.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of ways behind. I personally agree.
Don't give your kid a phone.
That's probably a good thing
For
too.
that.
No, I mean, I personally agree with what the European Union, I guess, is doing, because honestly, they're designing that shit with the purpose of scamming you. Like, there's no
Right.
there's no way around it. It's just
Right.
it's interesting to see that it's gotten to the point where they really have to be like, yo, assholes, cut it out because we see what you're doing.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's very funny to see the reaction too from things like, companies like EA, where you saw 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when EA sent out 2 completely different press releases. The first one was the president of the company who was like, yeah, we made some mistakes, and it's our problem, and we'll fix it in the future. We're really sorry. And then the president of the mobile division who was like, I guess the world's just not ready for the games we have and the way we run our games. Like, go find those 2. They're totally different. And one of them is
right.
like, I'm so sorry. And the other one's like, you guys just couldn't handle how good we are. It's like, holy shit.
Maybe you're not ready for how awesome we is.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just don't get it. You'll never get how cool we are.
He's like a teamster. He's like the EA teamster. And they're like, who are you? He's like, I'm in charge of the union. They asked me to be here today.
Cigar,
Maybe-
coffee, greaseback hair. He's
Hard
ready to
man.
go. He's like, hey,
Maybe,
I don't know.
maybe
know.
your grandma falls down some stairs. I don't know.
No, not a cup of coffee, Italian sub. My bad. Cigar, Italian
sub, yeah.
sub, greaseback
Yeah, there you
hair.
go. There you go. There you go.
I don't see no problem here. I got a sub. You want a piece? Like that. Yeah. So that's it. Really, I feel like this all started because of Dungeon Keeper, which I think is just the best. Dungeon Keeper
Yeah.
was so awful, the world was like, no more. We will not. It's like Dungeon Keeper is like the
Dungeon
World
Keeper
War
was
II.
the straw.
Yeah, it's the World War II
was
of video games, where it's like, no more world wars. We will create a United Nations to prevent this from happening.
Yeah.
And that's, it was so
Yeah.
awful. So much time and
Who's
money
on the
was lost.
Security Council? Who's on that
so-
one?
So what you're
Mario,
saying-
Link is there.
Link.
Let's see. Lubu, he's on the Security Council.
Right.
Oh my goodness, that the Nathan Drake is there, obviously.
Oh,
Obviously,
Obviously.
Master Chief, he showed up.
he
But
showed up.
Master Chief's like the Russia though. He always wants to fight
Yeah,
people for no
he's
reason.
always-
It's
yeah,
like,
he's
come
trying
on,
to find
Master
our-
Chief. He's like,
we
it's
just
what
have
I
a
do.
war? Just one
Yeah.
more.
Just-
Come on, let's just have a war.
Come on.
Yeah,
Come
it's-
on.
They're really great over there though. They're really great. Crash Bandicoot, he's there.
He's
was-
like the Pakistan.
Everyone.
They just got the nukes.
Yeah, everyone
They had him for a short time.
everyone remembers Crash Bandicoot, but no one wants to deal with him anymore.
Yeah.
They're not like, oh, we know you exist, Crash. We just don't want to
Yeah.
deal with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's switch over to the MMO world. MMORPGs.
Oh yeah.
Because they just
love
released
MMO.
Josh is
a really,
Guess
really
what?
cool...
World of Warcraft is number one still.
wow.
That's
Whoa!
so weird.
Wow!
So weird.
Yeah, they just released a ridiculous list of all sorts of graphs and charts and things, and it's actually kind of funny that again, as was just said, World of Warcraft still number one. They made over $1 billion last year.
Is that a lot?
Yeah.
That is a ton of money. Is that a lot? Is that I would like not like 0.5% of that. Give that to me.
0.5% would be good.
0.5% would be fantastic. And then next, which I thought was really crazy, Lineage 1.
Yeah,
Who
that
plays
really
that?
surprised me. When I
It's
was reading about this
apparently it's
yesterday.
still really, really, really big in Asian markets. Like that's where they play it and they love it, which I think is crazy because
yeah.
Lineage
It's
2
the same
is
with Terra.
yeah.
Okay.
Lineage 1 and Terra are, I mean, they're both back to back. They're 2 and 3, and they're both at 253, 236 million last year, which
insane.
is insane for games that, I mean, Lineage that's made its money like 12 billion times over. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on there. Meanwhile, Lineage 2 is like number
It's way
9.
down there.
Yeah, Rift's still chugging along, 36 million. I don't know.
We
if
were
that's-
just talking about Rift and
Yeah.
how people still play it, and I was like, I didn't even know it was around. I didn't even.
Still a thing. I know.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's
these-
kind of how I feel.
Rift.
about
Rift. I felt like Rift and
Wow.
Aeon and like a bunch of these other games. I feel like the only reason why I played through them was because friends were playing. But at its base
Yeah.
core, they were really boring. Like Rift was
Yeah.
a boring game to play. Like it had a
I've
cool
I never
concept.
played it, but
totally
I
agree with
watched
that.
people play it, and I was like, I don't even care about what this is. You know,
Like it
You
had
open
a
up
cool
portals.
concept. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like you're like one faction is your like holy warriors, and the other faction is time travelers who have seen the end of the world and are like, your holy warrior shit is BS. I was like, that's kind of cool. Like that's
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
But the gameplay itself was like, oh my god, it's boring.
It was
Wow.
a snooze fest. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it really surprised me that people are still playing it.
Yeah.
I think
You
the,
know?
the people that are still playing that are the people that were like, "This is gonna beat WoW," and they're like sticking to it. They're
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
"They're
Oh,
the
that's
whole
Star
warriors
Wars.
of
That's
MMO."
totally Star Wars.
Well,
and
that's
I
number
play
4.
Star Wars.
Yeah, that's number 4
Yeah.
on the list is Star Wars: The Old Republic, which I think is interesting. They made $165 million, but considering it's the most expensive MMORPG ever made, have they made
Yeah.
their money back yet?
I don't know.
Because wasn't
They're
it like
making it back
500
in,
million bucks to make the game?
Oh, it's been out for how long? It's been out. 2011? Did it come out? 2010?
now.
2011 or 12, one of those. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they got rid of a bunch of people there too. So
Like
I
that's
don't know.
That's mind blowing. But the thing that I think is really interesting on this, and this is one of those things where you never ever question going free to play. Lord of the Rings Online. No one was playing that game. No one gave a shit about it. It was universally panned.
Yeah.
They
Yep.
fixed stuff. They went through and changed things, and then they said it's free to play, but we're gonna have little charges here and there that you can go in and buy things.
Right.
Right.
It's now number 5 on the MMORPG list of best selling. They made $104 million last year. They turned that ship around completely. 180. That's incredible. That's incredible.
They were headed to Valinor, then they went.
Yeah, they're like, oh, we ain't done yet. Frodo, get on the helm. We're turning back around. We got more
This
stuff
big
to do.
ship wheel. Yeah, they're turning it. Like
When
a
did
truck.
Lord of the Rings go free to play?
Right, like,
1992.
right when we first started this podcast way back when, it was one of the things we were talking about. So it's been the game's
it
been
still-
out for a while,
Yeah,
and it wasn't
it
making
came
any
out,
money.
like-
Then they switched it, and it was one of like our first episodes many years ago, and it was like us talking about that. Yeah,
This is still, I mean, this list is top subscription based MMO titles.
no, of 2013. Well, it's definitely free to play. I know.
Yeah,
that.
I know. That's why I'm curious why it's on there.
Well, maybe.
And you also subscribe, and if you subscribe, like Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
I-
it's
I
like Star Wars.
subscribe.
They have a model where you can subscribe. I think that's what it is.
Right.
Okay.
And you get you get free like cartel coins in Star Wars,
Yeah.
which are the market that you could purchase in-game thing. You know.
Can we talk about the fact that Eve is on this list at number 6 with
know what's funny?
93
People still
million.
fucking love Eve.
Yeah.
Dude, Eve, that money apparently makes up like a fifth of Iceland's GDP. Like
Yeah.
apparently
It's crazy.
that game alone, CCP Games, makes up like a vast majority
Their
of
main
their
export is volcano smoke, so yeah.
Here's the crazy thing: the number. There's got to be like, you know how they have those charts and graphs every once in a while of like the actual number of people who live in an area versus like crime rate or whatever, and sometimes
Right.
it's always off because maybe like one area only has 1,000 people, but like everyone's dying in that area or whatever.
Yeah.
Eve,
Where do you live?
That's hard.
well, it's LA, so but,
Compton?
Eve,
Live in the
That's still a thing?
Plaguelands.
the Plaguelands are rough.
Plagueland.
Just north of
Eastern
LA,
Plagueland.
over the mountains outside the city is the Plaguelands. It's the worst. No, Eve, relative to all these other games, I want to say has the smallest community of
Yeah, I think
players,
so.
but they're number 6 at 93 million. That's how much money gets thrown at this game.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah.
is like the people who play it love it that much that they're willing just to drop tons of money on it. It's
Yeah.
incredible. I don't
You
even.
gotta have the best spaceships.
and then
Yeah,
they vanish.
and like,
then
and
they,
every
gone.
yeah, every time they have like a huge war,
Oh, yeah.
everybody has to
Oh, yeah,
replenish. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, when the goon squad's like, let's ruin everything
Yeah.
for somebody.
That's gotta be so much fun, except for the
Losing your life.
spreadsheet part of the game.
Yeah.
The
Right.
Yeah, that's the
crafting
worst.
and-
That's
Yeah.
where I'm like,
I don't want to do that.
But they do have 2 other charts here that I think are really interesting. They have MMO subscription little graph, and so they have 2013 at whatever it was, 2.9 billion or something like that, and then they have what is going to be 2014 estimate, 2015 estimate, and ever since 2010, it's progressively gotten lower and lower and lower and lower. And I've said this for a long time. I think MMORPG as a genre killed itself. Like it
Wow.
Really? Flooded the market. It has like MMOR, like nothing will ever replace WoW. Nothing will ever replace any of these games. They'll eventually just peter out.
Yeah.
And I think the same thing will happen with League and Dota and all the MOBAs. They'll peter out eventually.
Right.
Like all the FPS games, everyone has their time to shine, and they eventually peter out. And then maybe one day they'll come back, right? You'll have like a resurgence, but usually what that means is something down the pipeline will come out that will take its place. And so right now, what took over MMORPGs was MOBAs, and now somebody's going to take over MOBAs, whatever that is, who knows? And I think it gives me some hope, and I think it should give everyone hope who's kind of bored with like what games exist. Like if you're kind of like, oh man, I hate X game and this game sucks and everyone's playing this, eventually there'll be something totally different that will completely blow your mind.
Oh yeah,
Whatever
there's
that
always
VR.
Yeah.
VR is gonna do it.
It's gonna be holodecks.
Oh god, I
Or
want
holodecks.
holodecks so badly.
I know.
That's all I want.
Imagine WoW in a holodeck. I would never do anything. I wouldn't.
no, if
I was-
anime's taught me anything, we're all gonna die in there.
Yeah.
Not me, because
We're all
I
gonna die
never
in
leave.
this VR, in the real VR.
I never leave that tavern outside of Stormwind, the one where all the
Oh,
kids go to like sex role play. That's where I'd be there
Oh, yeah,
24/7,
be
and that
Wait,
I would
wait,
never
where
leave
is
that
this? You
tavern.
gotta- Where is it?
Write
Let me
that down.
write that
It's right.
down.
It's right out. It's right out of Stormwind. I don't know
Elwyn
what.
Forest.
Go to all the role play servers right out of Stormwind. That's where all the kids get it on. I would never leave that area because one, it's safe. 2, everyone's doing it all. It's it's like the Eyed Wide Shut orgy. That's
free love,
all that
man.
is.
Practice safe sex.
Yeah.
VR sex in Elwyn Forest.
Practice
That's what I'm
safe
saying.
By
VR
safe
sex.
By safe sex, it's Venetian masks. It's not
Right.
condom. Just
Oh yeah,
wear a
yeah,
Venetian
yeah.
mask.
So you can't
good.
see who gave you the herpes.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
one will know.
No one will know.
Yes, Goldshire Inn. That's right. Thank you. Thank you,
It's safe if
obvious
everyone
perv.
has herpes.
But I don't know. It's interesting. They also have a thing here that says that subscription revenue is on a steady decline while microtransactions are rising. And
Yeah.
eventually,
That, though,
that'll
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about these numbers dropping off. Is it's more because it's people aren't paying subscriptions. They're just doing it.
Well, there's more free to
microtransactions.
plays. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
more
it's
free to
more
play.
free-to-play
So,
stuff coming in.
and some people, I know a lot of people that I play with, like they'll drop their subscription and they'll pick it back up, and it's constantly just like back and forth. Like people like take breaks and stuff like that. So it's tough to tell. Like I don't know. I think the microtransaction thing really is where they're making a lot of their money, though. I mean, I know people who go crazy for that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can see the new WoW expansion. They just added a like toy chest. So it's, now instead of keeping all the stuff in your inventory, all the crazy crap you bought or found, you can now keep it in the toy chest. So that's more incentive because what they'll do, I'm sure, like they did with pets and all those other things, is they'll have lists of stuff that you haven't gotten yet, so you can go get those.
Yeah, or buy it.
Yeah.
How much is it?
People love that crap. They also have on here Elder Scrolls Online and WildStar. I guess there's not enough data for those games, but ESO in June had 772,000 players. But I guess there's nothing for WildStar yet. But it'll be interesting to see what WildStar does because the game's fun. I just don't know. Immediately after playing it for a few hours, I had that vibe of like, I'm back in Warcraft again. I'm feeling it.
Dude,
I'm feeling it.
I don't even want to talk about from about 2005 to about 2010, I don't think I went outside.
That was, I swear to God, that was me. The minute I started World of Warcraft, my social life was my guild on World of Warcraft.
I remember where I was when in game where I was. I remember where I virtually was when I like fell in love with it. It was the starting zone in the Elf, like in Teldrassil. I was like, this is the greatest game ever made. I'm never playing another game. Like this is it. And it was heroin. It was game's heroin.
I mean, I was a big nerd for Warcraft, like the franchise before then. So this was sort of like, you mean I can make my own troll? And it's been great. And I loved everything about it. And then when they get you with the like factions, like, well, I'm Horde, bro. Screw you, Alliance. To this day, I still hate Alliance players. Hate them.
Well, I still hate Horde. So
yeah, and it's kind of like one of those things where it's like no, fuck you, first off. But it's one of those things that it's kind of like, I don't know why I'm this way. It's just if you
there's
play
no reason.
If you play it for a long time and you just get caught up in it, and then when you leave it, you look back at it and you're like, holy shit, that was a dark time in my life. Sorry, Blizzard. But you're like, God damn, I did nothing but play that game.
Yeah. You start planning like your like work schedule around when you're gonna raid and stuff. And at that point, maybe you gotta
it's dark.
Cut it down a few,
Oh yeah. It was and I joined. I finally thought I had it easy. I joined a guild where they only, instead of raiding every night, they only raided 3 nights a week. And I figured, that's great. Still was horrible.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. When you're not raiding, you're getting ready to raid. You're making potions or you're whatever.
I'll only do heroin 3 times a week, but I'll think about heroin the
rest of the week.
So
it's one of those things where once you leave it, you're thankful that you're so far behind. Like, because I was one of those people who had like every achievement possible, and I had all the different factions and the reps, and I was like, this is great. The fact that I haven't played in 2 years, I'm like, I can't go back to it now because I have so much grinding to do, and I'm like,
exactly.
Yes, I hate grinding, so I'll never go back. I mean, I'll check out the new expansion just to see it.
I won't even do that
because
I'm like an AA. Like I can't hang out with my friends anymore that do the drugs. Like I can't go to bars.
Your coin,
I gotta drink a Red Bull at a bar.
Self-restraint, bro. Self-restraint.
I don't have that.
No, I'm like because I think I'm at the point where all MMOs I can play for a little bit, and then I'm just like, all right, I've had my fill, and I'm done.
Right.
And thankfully, because they all the new ones, even though they promise new things, are always very WoW-esque, and it's like, I got my fix, I'm good. See you guys in a few years.
Yeah,
we'll see, but I don't know that I'll ever. I can't. I talked to some of my former like guild members, and like, you gonna come back and raid? I'm like, I don't know that I can ever do that. Like that's hours of your life to like kill a boss that you're like, yay, we did it, and then you move on to the next boss, and the next boss, and the next boss, and then expansion. It's like all those hours were for nothing.
Wasted. That's what we were doing in Star Wars. Like I was in this like super raiding guild, and I was like, I gotta stop doing this. I can't do this anymore. I'm too busy for this crap. I don't have time, and it's like a social obligation.
Yeah, that's how they get you. They hook you in with your friends, and your friends are relying on you, and then you're letting your friends down, and you're not yourself.
I guarantee. I mentioned this to a lot of the like MMORPG like developers I've talked to over the years, where I always tell them the ways to get people hooked is to do what WoW did, which is have a lot of content really quickly, and then make it so there's a community where the people don't like. WoW has people locked in because they don't want to leave because their friends are there.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like. And this does a disservice to soldiers, I'm sure, but it's kind of like when you hear stories of like a guy who gets wounded and he's like, I don't want to leave. He's like, I don't want to leave my friends on the front line. Like, I would die for these guys. That kind of like, no, send me back out there. Like, no, you can go home. You don't have to fight anymore. It's like, fuck that shit. Send me back out there. you feel that exact same way where it's like, I can't leave them. They're relying on me.
They miss my deeps. They need my deeps.
Right?
You know?
You get in that sort of stage. And
Deeps.
it's, that's when it's gone too far. Where you're like, I probably should stop this. Yeah.
It gets out of hand like real quick for me. I have like a very addictive personality for certain things.
That's called
like
being a human, I think.
Well, yeah, true. But like if there's like coffee or caffeine in front of me, it's gone. Like I don't mess around. I don't leave coffee in the cup. I need the drugs that are inside of the coffee, and I need the drugs that are in. Right, I can't do this.
Half a beer.
Wasteful people do.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Wasteful people.
Communists, un-Americans.
That's why
do.
Dodger got a boyfriend, so someone else can finish all of her beer. That's I get how women
the
work.
only reason.
I get how
When
women
you're
work.
2'11", half a beer is like 3 beers.
That's
I
a lot of
know.
beers.
You just like
Then
your
they
body
roll her
can't
out.
handle it, you know.
They roll her out like the blueberry girl in Willy Wonka, and then she just rolls off.
I'm like, I'm so full of beer.
Yep.
That's exactly how it goes. Yeah.
That's
But
it.
you're the size of the TV kid. The TV kid that gets
Yeah,
shrunk
Mike
down.
TV, yeah.
Mike TV. I was
So-
going to call it Tommy TV.
That sounds better. Tommy sounds better.
There's one other article here that I think is really kind of interesting that I want to get to because it's great news. It's something that a lot of people have wanted for a while. That's it's nice they have, but it's also something that is kind of like you're brushing over a point that I think we've made in this podcast a lot. So, as the internet knows, and as people at BioWare know, I am hypercritical of Dragon Age Inquisition. I want it to be great, and so I am just a total douchebag when it comes to being like, your horse animation looked like shit. I feel like you should fix, unnecessary
Horsey?
things. like if I went at E3, I saw their you ride on a horse, and the horse
A horsey.
it looked like stationary butt, and then like its legs moved. I was like,
Oh, like, yeah.
that's unacceptable.
Yeah.
I was like, we're next
That's
gen.
not gonna work for me.
Right.
Right. And so anyway,
Fantasy ruined.
yeah. So they just came out with so Dragon Age Inquisition has straight, bisexual, even gay romance because
Yeah.
you know what? We don't care. We're going to have fun with it. Enjoy. It's your story.
Yeah.
Each relationship tells its own story, which I think is fantastic. That is wonderful. I listened to the entire, they talked at a panel, but I guess they didn't show the panel, so there's just audio of it.
Okay.
So this morning I listened to
Interesting.
all of that, and it's great. I think everyone's really excited that, you can make your character whoever you want it to be, and you can get with whoever you want. Fantastic. But at its base core, I wanted to know if they changed the way romance plays out in, I guess, any BioWare game, really. Because it's sort of like spin to win some sex. And like you click a bunch of things and options, and then all of a sudden you're banging everybody. Like there is,
Right.
like it's a weird, and
That's
it
what
hasn't
real life
changed.
is.
I wish that was the case because all I have is smooth lines. The rest of me is a mess. So I mean, that's all I
You
got.
spec'd into smooth lines and you didn't spec in anything
Yeah,
else.
I spec
Good heavy on smooth lines.
my charm is like plus
Right.
69, but the rest of me
Way
is
up.
like
Plus
way low.
69.
Way
That's
low.
a good number to pick.
Right?
Right.
No, I mean, we talked to the developers during E3, and I am not all that well versed on Dragon Age at all. I
me
haven't
too.
beaten
Yeah, me neither.
like Dragon Age or blah. Anyways, so when we were talking with them, Chad brought that up. Was like, how is this going to work? Is it going to be another just like you answer all the right questions, and then you
then
get
you're
to bang a
banging,
guy,
yeah.
like whatever. And they said they're trying to make that a bit more complex, so it feels less like even more generic forms of that system where it's like, here's a present. Do you love me? And they're like, I love you. Let's have sex,
I mean, that's
Give me 5 more of these presents,
That-
and then I'll love you.
that was
yeah, if I
essentially
get 5 more of that exact gift, then I would
Skyrim. It's
love
Skyrim.
to blow
I mean,
you.
that's
Yeah.
Old Republic was that. I mean,
Right.
in order to get all for the playthrough I did where I was just doing cutscenes, not the actual game, in order to get all the cutscenes, I just went out and bought all my characters all the presents they loved, and then
Yeah.
they were like, "You're the best," and I just edited all those cutscenes together. I mean,
Yeah.
it's okay because it's nice to see how the story develops, but unless you're a real fucking asshole, there's no way you're not going to sleep with X character that you want to sleep with. And
Right.
I just found it interesting that, especially Dragon Age Origins, it always bugged me that while playing that game, let's say you are, I'm trying to think of the redhead. Oh my god,
Josh Henderson.
No,
Josh
no,
Anderson,
no.
yeah.
Jesse Cox.
Jesse Cox.
Jesse Cox.
Her name's not Leela. Whatever her name is, the chat will tell me in
Lisa
a sec.
Foyles.
Lou Dallas.
Today.
Lilu Dallas. Thank you.
Corbin,
Lulu.
Corbin, So, no, but her, like, you know, if you slept with one character, it doesn't matter which one, like, if you slept with a character, and then you went and hit on her, she'd be totally cool with it. Then you bang, and afterwards, she, like, that's when the drama started. After you slept, like, there was no point in the relationship where she was like, should we be doing this? Because you already banged that other girl in our party, and I feel like it's really weird if I get with you. It wasn't until afterwards where it was like, you slept with her? Like, you didn't notice that. Oh, Liliana, that girl. You know, the one that had the French voice. And it was so like it's kind of one of those things where it's like, wait, you did what? Why would you do that? And
It's like real life.
Yeah,
It's the horse illusion. It's the horse butt sitting
It's the
still.
ho- it's
just
the horse
another-
butt.
yeah,
breaks
it's
the horse butt.
I think, I mean, to me, that's what it is. It's like you're moving and the legs move, but you're not actually moving. Like, it's
There's
one of those.
no sense of movement.
Yeah,
the
and
metaphor's breaking down.
And I think that's something that drove me crazy as we progressed in the Mass Effect games, because Dragon Age, I can sort of let it slide. It's their first, you know, big attempt at it.
Right.
But then Dragon Age 2 has the exact same thing. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like we could get more in depth with this. Not that I don't enjoy the very stylish getting it on scenes in like Mass
wanna
Effect
have,
3, for
like,
example. But like,
Meaningless arguments about what you want for dinner? Is that like
Yes.
is that what you want?
But I feel like if they're gonna take like the relationship thing, it should affect your party in some way ridiculous.
Yeah,
like,
it should be like a completely separate branch
Yeah.
for the story.
Like, I mean, if you're gonna put in, you know, what was it, like 55 gigabytes of dialogue for Star Wars: The Old Republic? If you're gonna make that much, you might as well add another gig of like a secondary path where you've pissed off your girlfriend and now you have to win her back over. And I think it'd be great
Yeah.
if you're like,
God,
if
I
you're,
don't want to do that in real life.
but I mean, like, if you're a Sith Lord, think of the options there.
Right.
Like, because when I played my character on one of the planets, I don't know if it was Corellia or whatever, like the governor there. You can sleep with the governor, which I think is hilarious, and then immediately kill her because you're a Sith Lord. And I feel like if you had a girlfriend and she just pissed you off, and then you were just like, electrocute, that'd be the best storyline in any game. Because sure, you could work it out, but you're a Sith. Why bother? There are other women to electrocute
like-
in the galaxy. That would be
Exactly.
like, that'd be fantastic. Like, those storylines I think would be great. Also, you could have things where, like, maybe based on the decisions you've made, sure, you can like bang Morgan and you know, some other character, but maybe Morgan finds out and is like, yeah, no, I don't want to party with that person anymore. Fuck you. Like, that would totally change how you played the game.
Yeah.
Because it's a little real.
Totally.
Yeah, Morgan's like, I kind of heard that you're a man whore. I don't
Yeah.
hang out with guys like that. Sorry.
I don't want.
Yeah, or like, God, what I would love is there's like one character in the game, right, where they're just DTF immediately, and you're like, all right, that was like
So Morgan,
not hard at all.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second that it's over, if you try to talk to them again, they're like, oh, did you think that this was that's sweet, but you're gonna need to cool it. You know, like, I want more variety that way.
Like, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't, like, once you've won them over, you can't go back and automatically get the free beat it scenes. I know exactly. Like, I think that would be. I mean, let's be honest. That's what they are. Like, you press a button, you get like a 5-minute, like, we're rubbing against each other. Like, I feel if you're 14, that is the best thing you're gonna look at. Like, that's the shit. And so
Don't
I'm
get me
just
wrong,
like,
man.
I feel. I
Hey,
think
if I was 14 and this shit was out,
that's what I'm
Yeah, but
saying. We didn't have that stuff. We
No, we didn't.
we didn't have that stuff. And so I'm just
I had a
like,
Daisy Fuentes calendar. Nobody knows who Daisy Fuentes is.
I do. I remember she was popular on the MTVs.
She was.
So, but I think like it would be cool if like Dodger's right. Like, there's a character who really was like, I want you so bad, and the minute you
Right.
gave in is when she was like,
That
sorry.
was it. She
Don't
was
let
over
the door
you.
hit your ass on the way out.
Wouldn't it be great if
trap.
wouldn't it be great if she like kicks you out of her house and you lose her as a party member? If you give in, like, she spends
That'd
the
be
entire
great.
game hitting on you, and if you give in, it could be like the best rendered sex scene in the world. But then she's like, "Sorry, get out," and you never get her a party
Then
member
you gotta
again.
then you gotta get your weird horse that doesn't have legs move right, and you gotta get your shit from her house awkwardly
incredible.
on a Tuesday when she's at
Like,
work.
hey, I left my backpack here. Could I?
Also,
favorite
just something that came to mind I think would be interesting is if they, as developers, make it so, you know, you as a character can have a relationship with whoever you want, and it changes the story a little bit. If it changes the story a little bit, I feel like it might be cool to have characters in your party who are like, I'm not a big fan of what you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
if you're a guy and you get on with another guy, like, one of the people in your party could be like, what the fuck are you
You have
doing?
like bigots.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
and
like-
make it
bigots in your
real.
party.
Like sure, okay. You can like not everyone in your world is gonna be like maybe the dwarves are not down with that. Like not everyone in the world's gonna be cool. Like
you're
just
banging
because
elves.
you're cool
Yeah.
with it doesn't mean everyone. I don't know. Maybe as the internet we're like not ready to live in that world.
Look,
see
that's also
themselves.
a lot of
Okay.
extra work.
I think that's
Can
too
we
real.
admit that?
Yeah,
that's like
yeah.
so much more work for the developers. to be like,
Obviously, but I feel like guys, we're next gen. We should talk about next gen things.
we should.
True.
Yeah, we should. It's very progressive.
I mean,
Yeah, let's get our details here. Let's get next gen as far as like what we're willing to deal with.
We'll
you
never-
know,
Right.
We will never be next gen until fire looks like fire in video games. We'll never
Or water, yeah.
we'll never hit that point. Next gen is when water and fire look like water and fire. Until then,
Yeah.
we are still in the same current generation. I don't care
water,
what upgrades you make.
fire, bigots. Those three things.
yeah, could we just
video games.
nail those and then
Well-
then we can move on?
Just scan in someone's pop-up. They're all racist.
Yeah, I feel like with Call of Duty and MOBAs, we already have bigots down, so there's no reason
You're right.
to add them to the game. What I'm saying is make Dragon Age Inquisition online, and
Yep.
then we find. And
Yeah.
there is no online purpose except for voice chat. So,
Right.
like, you play single player, but there's online voice chat, and people are just yelling at you while you play.
That's where the bigotry comes in. Always
Perfect.
on the online
Perfect.
voice chat. That's where the
bring
the
it
words,
ourselves.
Where it's real.
Right.
It's
That's
real
where
there.
Yes.
But-
I think it's too real. I think people would be turned off by that. I don't think they would
did
ever
it.
do that.
Skyrim did it very well, where like there's elvish racism, and there's
Oh,
different-
yeah.
like I think that's like it's possible. I know Dragon Age Origins had some of that stuff in it. I mean, it exists, and even like
Right. I agree with that. I just don't think the companies would ever put themselves in a position to make people feel uncomfortable. Maybe
yeah, I
somebody
think-
would.
I
that
don't
would
think
be-
you're right. I think they're willing to make it open and inclusionary to everybody, but
Mm-hmm.
they'll lose some of the realism in not doing it. And like I said,
Right.
I don't know if we, as the Tumblr internet, are ready to handle
The
realism
Tumblr
with our like with our inclusionaryism.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
we want everything to be happy and wonderful.
Inclusioniness. Yeah.
But-
Inclusionists.
I mean, I think it's. I think it goes back to like one of the reasons why I love Witcher 2, for example, is because that game is like all the fantasy characters. Humans are super racist to elves and dwarves
Right.
and all the fantasy races. They're like, no, screw you guys. You're the worst. They put them in
Yeah.
their separate sections in cities. I'm like, that it kind of adds a sort of
Ghettos.
interesting reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, ghettos, and it adds an interesting reality to that world. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Dragon Age, it's great fantasy, but I always think like that's why I like Game of Thrones. Like great fantasy should have
Right.
a level of I can relate to it.
Of reality,
Yeah.
exactly. That's
Yeah,
what
you need
great
to-
sci-fi does too. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly,
like,
yeah.
That's District 9. It's
Yeah,
not
but-
about aliens. Mm-hmm.
So when you
About
read
racism,
and
AIDS.
it's also about a man getting into a mech suit and blowing a dude's face off.
At the end,
yeah.
it's
It's
about the
awesome.
killing of everybody.
Yeah. But I mean, like, yeah, you're absolutely right, and I think that's something that, like, I mean, Mass Effect had it. Mass Effect had that realism level in it, where all these different space races have to deal with each other, and they're all different, and they all sort of either like or dislike you. And I always thought that was interesting about sort of Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2, even Dragon Age Awakening. Like, it never really felt like there was tension between races. Because everyone's sort of like, you go into a town, there's a dwarf selling stuff next to a person selling stuff, I don't know. Maybe
Whoa! Who's the racist now? Dwarves are people.
I meant like human person. I'm sorry, dwarves. Dwarves out there watching.
You're offending Dodger. She's 2'11"
Yeah. What?
She's obviously a
happening
hobbit.
here?
Let's be
and a
clear.
Gundam
She's
operator.
obviously a hobbit, and hobbits don't have to bow to anyone. Since they saved
Nope.
us from the Dark Lord, Voldemort, they don't have to bow to anyone.
Just want to stick to our shire and be left
Yeah.
alone.
and just
Okay.
eat
Yeah, man.
cakes all day. That's all.
Yeah, there's-
Pigs.
Oh,
and
yeah,
smoker
yeah.
pipes.
smoke weed.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, smoke that
People-
wizard weed. Yeah.
Pipe it up.
Chats remind. So yeah, the elves in Dragon Age. All right, never mind.
Are
Is
they?
there
Elf racism?
No, like it's like
They're-
elves
well,
are better
they're-
than.
Is it like Lord of the Rings where the elves
That's
are just
not-
like we're better than you?
That's not.
You know.
I wouldn't call that racism per se, as it
That's
is
elitism.
elitism.
Elitism,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, people are saying like the dwarves had a caste system. Like I'm trying to think of like, but that's their own society. Like I'm trying to think.
It's where the edges butt up against each other is what you want to see. You know, it's not about
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. Look, I'll be honest, guys. It's been literally years since I played Dragon Age Origins, so I couldn't.
It's been literally year. 2000.
It's been literally a year.
Like, I don't remember the entire. I remember the overall plot. I don't remember the things that happen day to day, which I think says a lot. But I mean, I don't know. People were like, the dwarves, it's kind of like India. Okay, but you know,
Right.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
the
like
Klingons.
I'm talking about like
keep it sci-fi. Klingons.
if we were like, yeah, no, we really hate those Klingons. I'm not, like Captain Kirk.
Right.
Captain Kirk, he hated them Klingons. They killed his boy, and he'll never forgive them for that.
He was a little bit racist until the end of 6.
Yeah, and then they pulled a Rocky where he was like, if I can change, we could all change, like that kind of thing, right?
Exactly.
I feel like that is, I don't know.
It's the
Elves
same.
in
Well,
Dragon Age are slaves and bums there. Okay. I mean, I'll be honest. I don't remember. I functionally do not. I remember having elves in my group, and the one. I don't remember ever having drama between the elves in my group. Like that's like I don't remember that at all. So if that happened in that game, it flew over my head. I know that the towns
is what you want, like an advanced version of like a KOS system, like how. I remember in EverQuest, one of the most fun things for me to do was to walk up to cities where I had no business being there because of whatever race I was and be like, I wonder if they'll kill me, and walk up. And like, that was basically how you could tell whether or not those two races hated each other. Cause like, if you walked up and they killed you immediately, then you were like, all right, I obviously have to get in good with like the people in this town yeah.
It gives you a direction. It gives you like a goal.
Yeah. The problem is, I don't think it's like video games are still escapism for the most part, and like we're trying to be tolerant and inclusive by letting these people have whatever sexual relations they want. That's great. That should be in there. But I don't think people want to see the mirror turned on themselves yet.
Too much, not too much. I think it'll. I mean, somebody will do it. I mean, they did it with Papers, Please. I mean, that made me uncomfortable. Like there's parts of that where I'm like, ooh, this is dark.
I'm looking at this chat and everyone's like, Jesse, how did you not remember that? finally, someone said something that I think really puts the point on it, which is there wasn't really any drama in your party about the elves. There was just drama in the world about the elves, which I think
it's an off in the distance, far away problem. It's never there's no interpersonal problem.
Right? Like the reason why it stuck with me from Witcher and not from Dragon Age is because in Witcher 2, a main element of the story was like the elves are physically attacking you and you can choose whether to join the elves or stay with the humans. Like that was a branch choice you could make as a character.
It's a fork in the road, right?
Yeah, and then the game changed completely based on what you did. It changed everything from that point on, and there were then other different choices that changed the end of the game. But like it was one of those big major decisions. I never felt like that in Dragon Age, and I don't know that. I want that to affect me. I don't want your world outside. Like it's like oh my god, Dishonored. Dishonored was a game that had an amazing world that you never saw. And it infuriated me. Like, I loved the game because I was always hoping there would be a world out there I get to. I wanted to have that moment, like in Final Fantasy VII, where it was like, oh, I'm stuck in Midgar, and da-da-da-da. And then you jump off a bike off a bridge, and suddenly, like, welcome to the real world. And I was, when you're young, that blew your mind.
Yeah, it's the Matrix moment. You're like, what? It's like, it just opens
battery.
Up.
And I want that. And I don't know. I'm kind of like, I want that to affect your party. Like, I'm sure Dragon Age has already been written, so whatever I'm saying is pointless. But I want that to like affect.
Well, if you're right, then you'll look like a genius.
I usually am right. So, well, and if I'm not right, I'll find a way to
modest.
be right. I'm the most modest person I know. So I don't know. Maybe I could be totally wrong, but like I said, I'm very, very hard on Dragon Age. Not because
because you love it.
Yeah, because I want it just like
that makes sense.
Blizzard and all those guys. I want it to be great, and so.
Right.
I don't know.
I just want to cosplay as a tiny Iron Bull. That's all I want. Look up Iron Bull. You're
gonna have horns.
Dope.
You're gonna run around and
see what Iron Bull from the game.
I want to have the big old horns and paint my body and run around and be like, whoa.
What is that
act
thing?
like I'm really tough.
Oh,
I'll be like the Chihuahua version of Iron Bull.
That guy's a house.
You're like the dude from Legend.
House.
You're like what's his name from Legend?
Oh, the bad guy, the demon guy.
Demon guy. played by Rocky Horror Picture Show.
I don't see now everyone's like, well, if you played as someone other than a human, you would have learned this and all these things. Like that's one of those things. Like, okay, so I had to play through it multiple times. No, I don't. You know what? That ain't happening. Sorry, internet.
Oh, I gotta do the other things?
No, I don't. People want me to do it. You know what? I'll probably do a drag. For you, I'll probably do a Dragon Age playthrough. I don't know if I'll do 2. I remember 2. Dragon Age Origins and Awakening, I don't remember that much. 2, I remember. That's stuck in my mind. Let us never speak of that game again. So, yeah, all right. Let's take a break.
All right.
I'm sure I've infuriated enough people on the internet with my mindless rambling for now that we can move on. We'll be back. Stay tuned. We'll talk about releases when we come back. Bye. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Oh, my goodness. Hi, guys. How's it going?
Hello.
Hey.
Just talking about lamps.
What about lamps? Target.
Go to Target. Get some
Amazon.
lamps. Amazon.
That's you guys. Thank God I can't hear what you're talking about. And now I know why TB does it. It's great to not have to small talk.
Was there music playing?
There was. It was great music. It was wonderful. On topic of what we were talking about before, Dragon Age Inquisition has been delayed. Apparently.
Oh.
Just now. Also,
They just heard what you said, and they're like, we got to put this stuff, Jesse.
Oh,
thank God. It's about time. No, also, the internet chastising me completely. Apparently, there's a lot of racism in Dragon Age Origins.
The internet never chastises
Here's the thing, though. Finally, someone. I'm going to use this from now on. The way Dragon Age portrayed racism was pretty forgettable and superficial, in my opinion. Boom, boom.
There it is.
That's my cover up my mistake. That's covering it up. Also, I made the comment of saying I haven't played Dragon Age in 6 years, so I don't. And then someone was like, "It's been 5 years, Jesse." So I'm like the president of the United States. I need handlers to tell me everything to say at this point. Once you start hosting this podcast, you go from guy who's like, "I'm making jokes in the background," to like actually having to mean something.
Yeah.
This is the worst.
Your opinions are important, Jesse.
Just
tell us all of your opinions.
I don't want to do that. My opinions are well wishes, not facts.
Well wishes.
So yeah. All right. Let's talk releases. What is happening? Dodger, do we have releases coming out this week? Boo.
I had to go to the same shitty list.
You know what? Shitty lists are the only kind of lists I like. Let's do it.
Great. Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, new and tasty. It was basically like a refurbishing of Abe's Odyssey.
HD remix.
Walking Dead Season 2, Episode 4, Amid the Ruins.
Ooh, everyone's playing that shit.
Everybody's all about that.
I hear there's shocking things that happened in the last one.
Oh, yeah.
Is that a spoiler alert? Are you spoiler alerting?
No, I just saw some article that was like the shocking thing that happened. I don't know. It's like tabloid covers now with that.
So
Were you watching?
shocking.
Were you watching TMZ?
No, that is the internet. When we were looking up news articles today.
It's link bait. Oh
my God. It's the worst. It is. It's
terrible.
It's all tabloid magazine covers. There was one that was, oh my God, what were we? I sent it to you. It was like anime. It was video game characters as anime girls, and it's like, this is not news. This is you found images of girls who look like video game characters and put them next to each other. Like this is where we're at right now.
Yep. So much going on in the industry.
Slow news day.
If there is, I want this. So I want to make a fake website devoted to tabloid video game journalism. That's like, lose 26 pounds by the next DLC. You know, like things like just crazy things.
One weird trick, yeah.
See what so and so did. You'll never believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They even had one that was it was the Dota tournament, and it was like, see who won inside. Like, you can't tell us.
Yeah, just say it.
Like, that's the thing. That's the article. That's the whole point. Just tell me.
And that's the best part is they're like, and if you read the little small print, it's like, we don't want to spoil who won if you're still watching it.
No, they want you to click on it because they want their
advertising.
Yeah. Okay.
Did you guys
I could
see the picture, by the way, of like all of them after they won the International Four holding up the award? They looked so like over it.
Done.
Yeah.
Like
they didn't look excited at all.
Days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no,
good.
that's
The pure
that
joy on
$5
their
million.
faces.
That's tough. Actually, what I think is probably funny is whoever their sponsor is made all that money. Here's
well,
your
they
salary
made-
of $72,000 a year, suckers. $5 million. That's why. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't. I perpetually fear for those young men and women who
I
are
know.
esports people.
Oh, it's gonna be like baseball. Baseball teams used to own their players. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like that.
It'll
go
take a
through
little
that.
while.
Free agency, it'll be. Or racing. I don't know. Do people still watch racing? What country? What are we in the South?
France is racing.
NASCAR.
Oh, and
NASCAR.
South.
The NASCAR.
I can't talk anymore because I'm afraid whatever else is going to come out of my mouth, the internet's going to be like, "You're wrong," and I hope you die.
Okay, then let's move on. So
did say
another
nuke the
game
Japanese.
that is
Here's the
coming
thing.
out
Here's the
today.
thing. No one on the internet complained
is
about that. Everyone
Tour de
got behind me on that.
France
I said
2014.
nuke the
Wow,
Japanese, and
such a
everyone was
cool
like,
game.
"Yeah, no,
And
that's
then
cool."
next
No.
is the game
But I say Dragon Age doesn't have racism.
Let
Everyone's
me
like,
read you the
"Fuck
description.
you."
Entwined is a PlayStation. Are we done? Did it work?
I don't.
Entwined is a PlayStation 4 game created from a team of graduates from Carnegie Mellon,
so it's
Entwined.
and San Jose State. It's for PS3 and Vita, and the average score is a 7 or good.
What is this? Oh, look at this. Entwined is like you're a bird.
It's a good game.
Remember
It's
we
good.
saw that in the the conferences during E3. They were showing like where
Oh, it looks beautiful.
each person plays
Yeah.
like a bird and they like do shit and like try to hit all the stuffs. And...
Yeah, I remember this.
Oh, that looks
Yeah.
so pretty. Hold on, let me see if I can find you the best
I don't
possible
know this.
picture of it, so you can be like,
don't know
"God
this.
damn, that's gorgeous, Jesse."
Goddamn.
I say, God damn, that is gorgeous. A lot of these are blurry. Who took these screenshots?
I mean,
Ain't nobody got time for this shit. Who took these?
Squint. You got squint.
I'm gonna see some Entwined. Hold on.
Save image as. Yeah.
Oh, this is a pretty game.
Yeah, I'll put this one up for now. Well,
I like
Nice.
the greens and the blues.
you can sort of. I'll put that over my face so you can see that
The green-
one.
Kind of looks like Rez a little bit.
Then I'll pick a world stage. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Good job, brain. You're doing it. Yeah. Sure.
There you
This. Put this one up. Look at this. Look how beauteous this game is. Right over
That's
Dodger.
beauteous.
Beauteous. There you go.
oh yeah,
that's-
there it is.
You're like a crystal falcon or something.
That's a Crystal Phoenix, dude. Look, it's gonna rise
Yeah,
from those
Crystal
ashes in a
Crystal
second.
Phoenix, brother. Yeah. Sorry, I get excited.
That's a good band name. Crystal Phoenix is a good
Crystal
band
Phoenix. We should start it.
name. All right, start it.
So then there's this one too. So there you go. There's 3 images from the game. It looks pretty. I still don't know what the hell you're doing. I guess you're flying.
It looked like Rez
like
from the
it's a-
screenshot.
You have like while you're flying, there are things that you have to hit, and you're trying to like sync up and hit all of the things on either side. That's what I remember from E3, at least.
Can we talk about how I want, like, if this game's that good, as everyone says, I kind of want to be. Every indie game that comes out for PlayStation now, I'm like, man, I wish you could be an indie darling and everyone would play you and we could all get together as a
Yeah.
community and talk about how wonderful you are. But then
Yeah.
we haven't had that moment in a while, and I wish we
I
did.
know.
So
Maybe
all right.
this will be the one.
It's up to
Entwined.
you.
It's up
to make
it's
it
up
to
to
you.
you.
There's just, like you said, Jesse. There's so many good ones, and I play them. I'm like, this is blowing my mind right now.
That's
but
That's good though.
It's saturated,
right?
but it's saturated, and I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah. I think everything's a little oversaturated because now indie with technology, literally 3 guys in a basement can make a game and it'd be a smash success. And so now everyone's trying to do I'm a 3 guy in a basement making a game.
Yep.
And so everything's oversaturated and then now things are getting lost. So gems, especially on like Greenlight or Steam, are just lost to time. And it's unfortunate because all the other places like GOG and trying to think of some of the other things, like the other ones. Desura, things like that. Mm-hmm. You can put your game there, people will play it, but not nearly as much as Steam. And Steam's
Yeah.
so oversaturated at this point, it's sad that a lot of great games are just gone. And instead, when you load up Steam,
buried.
hold on, when you load up Steam,
Are you going to put on your TV hat right now? Please read us all of the most recent releases on Steam.
New releases on Steam. We have
Don't even.
Oh my god.
Early access. 20 games in early access.
Jesus.
We have things like, this is actually it's not too bad today. We have things like Velvet Sundown. I don't know what that casual free-to-play indie RPG ? We have
F2P, dude. Everything.
Influent. Don't know what that is. We have Logigun, Halfway, Ollie Ollie, which is a fun game. Dungeon Defenders Eternity, a game that I do want to play. My ex-boyfriend is a space tyrant. It is a.
That's what
Yeah.
We were just looking at
That's what
that.
Dodger was. Yeah.
I need
We
to
were
play
looking
that
at during
game.
the break.
Yes,
It came out a while ago, though, I thought.
No, it's been on Greenlight forever.
Okay, that's probably what it is.
Yeah, I have been like fascinated by it. It's a gay love sim where you're I guess it's also kind of point and clicky, which is it's a point and click adventure game, but it's in space. And I was like,
And they're
that's
spaceships, and they're literally ships. They're like the Titanic's just flying
Like an
through
SS.
space.
Yeah, Titanic. HMS.
HMS. That.
It
Whatever
is.
it
It is
was.
definitely a and then here's what I think is great. Like some of the things that are on here, you have things like top sellers still, no matter what. DayZ, Gary's Mod, Dark Souls, The Force. It's nice to see Divinity, Original Sin still in the top 3.
Yeah.
He's like tearing it up right now.
Yeah, I'm happy for them. I'm like things that are new releases. A lot of these I've never heard before. Ghost Ship Aftermath, Lantern Forge, Obludia, Arc with a K,
Here's what
Soko Bond. Like I don't know, and all these are obviously indie games, but there's
Well, the
so
problem
many
is-
that it's just gone.
Yeah, they need to separate it so that the early access games are in another spot, because all these early access games show up and they're not out yet. They're just
Yeah.
they're just flooding.
That is a good I mean,
There's
I'm trying to like Soko Bond is like a lot of
rough.
these like that's a game that is you're making peptides and amino acids and shit. I don't even know what's going on there.
oh, that's light, dude.
Chemistry?
Yeah, it's like I don't know what's like. There are all these games like Face of Mankind, Pressured, Toxic Bunny, The Cameron Files, Brink of Consciousness, Dorian Gray Syndrome, Murder, Detective Case, and Clown Bot. All right, and then all of a sudden it's Elder Scrolls Online, and then Hylian 3, New Horizons, Point Perfect, Grand Chase, The Forgotten Ones. All these are indie games. Then it's Wildlife Part 2, Wildlife Part 2, Wildlife Part 2.
Right.
Wildlife Part 2, Wildlife Part 2, Wildlife Part 2. So basically every Wildlife Part 2 thing, and then So Many Me, and then Small and Vlad the Impaler and Rulers of Nations, and all these are indie games. I've seen 2 AAA games since we started this list of games that are out right now,
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable. Yeah.
and they keep flooding them, and it's unfortunate because I guarantee in some of those games that we just went through, they're probably fantastic games.
Oh, yeah.
No one will notice them.
No, you'll never know. You'll never know.
You go to top sellers. If you look at the top sellers right now, out of all the games I went through, none are in the top 10. I can go to the top 20. None are in the top 20. I can go to top 30. Elder Scrolls Online, which is one of the ones we saw.
There it is.
That's in
Right.
top 30.
See, we need the Robert Redford of video games to make the Sundance of video games. That's what we
true.
need.
That's what,
That's
like,
true.
Like the only one in top 40, Ollie Ollie shows up, and that's it. We're at top 50 now, and all those games I mentioned, two are here. We can go to top 60.
That's crazy.
None. Just the 2 I mentioned. Like that's insane. Those games will never get played, and I think that's really sad. I don't know.
Well, you started a show or restarted a show, right? For Greenlight.
Yeah. And the problem is, it's a show about playing games on Greenlight that deserve to be greenlit. Now, Steam greenlights everything. So the things
Right.
that are on Greenlight,
Yeah.
90% of them don't deserve it. And so we'll go through lists after lists of Greenlight games and look at the games and be like, this game is shit. And the ones we do find that we like have no demos. So basically,
Right.
they have a concept, but they have nothing that you can play. So they
Right.
deserve to be on Greenlight permanently until they have something you can play. So it's like, oh my god, this is the worst.
Aren't
Insane.
they shutting down Greenlight? Is that a rumor that I heard that isn't
It's been
true?
a perpetual rumor. They basically said like we don't like Greenlight, but they'll never shut it down as long as people use it. I think, right? I don't know.
I
right.
gotta imagine it's putting a ton of games into their system. They can boast that they have an insane library
An
of
insane
games.
amount of
because
games,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Well, it's the worst. It's the worst. Like games like Bald Boy, which I love. I think it's a fantastically silly game. It looks very cute. It's a point and click horror adventure where you play as a little boy who has a light bulb for a head, and it's
Aw.
really like the animation is amazing, and it's still they just got out of Greenlight, and they're still on Kickstarter. And I don't know if they'll make their funding goal, but I think it's fantastic. Like, but no one cares. Like, there's so many indie games vying for your attention. No one cares about it anymore. And then you get, horror stories of Kickstarters and things that have failed miserably. And it's just a bad time to want money from anyone, unfortunately.
Right.
I mean, so I don't know.
It's the listen to my band thing. Here's my band's demo tape, and nobody wants to listen.
That.
You got
exactly that.
thousands of demos tapes sitting on your desk. Whatever.
Right.
Yep.
What else is coming out?
Well, Naxxramas for Hearthstone.
Naxxramas? Is that
Naxxramas?
Naxxramas. Ollie Ollie, like you said, came out today. Dark Souls 2, Crown of the Sunken King.
Ooh, Sam playing that right now?
No, he was like, "When is your podcast gonna end so I can play Dark Souls?" I was like,
He's playing
we're working.
You let him know.
I thought he was lifting weights.
He does the same.
He
He does them at the
multitasks
same
really
time.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one hand weight.
He puts those weights around his wrists when he has to move his mouse. It's extra hard.
Oh my God.
The finger weights that they made. Oh my God.
I used to wear the wrist weights because I had really weak wrists when I was in high school. And I was on dance team, and we would have to do things with our wrists, and they always hurt.
Would you? Is that how you got on dance team?
Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Wednesday, we have the game Unrest. And the description for it is: legends tell of heroes, villains, and quests that save the world from darkness. The streets tell a different story.
What?
They always do.
Is it like a noir?
It is a story-driven RPG set in ancient India in the midst of an uprising.
Oh, yes, I've seen this game. I think the concept. That's someone
The Hells
driving
Angels
away.
just showed up.
No, I think
Sorry, that's my motorcycle gang. They just they're here to pick me up for library practice.
Wow.
library motorcycle.
Wow,
game.
AA was what I was going to say.
It reminds me of old computer games, like graphics-wise, but I was really interested because I like the idea that it's like sort of an Indian RPG. I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
a unique setting, yeah.
Yeah, I like when things are like slightly, different things you don't get to experience. It's always fun.
I think that's probably the most interesting thing for me because it would tell you a mythological story from a different. Like most of what we get in RPGs is like, we stole something from the Greeks,
Right.
and we put it in the game.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah.
yeah, it's true.
Arthurian. Everything's Arthurian.
Yeah, and then if
Arthurian
it's Japanese,
Greeks.
it's very like we stole it from our own history, right?
We're in
right,
Neo
right.
Tokyo. Yeah.
Neo Tokyo. It's in the
Or the
past.
Japanese take Christian symbolism. They always do that.
And then you have to kill God at the end of every
Yes.
game.
Yeah.
At the end of
Kill
every
God.
game, kill God. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, fine, whatever.
Or are you killing
Yes,
yourself?
I was going to say, or you kill yourself
Oh.
because you are God.
Oh
right.
my God.
That's right.
Okay, on Thursday, Gods Will Be Watching comes out. Here's the description. Gods
I
Will Be
love that
Watching
game.
is a
Love
minimalist
it.
point-and-click thriller centered on despair, commitment, and sacrifice as players face narrative puzzles and moral dilemmas that will affect both the lives of your team and the P.
If you haven't played the Flash version, you can go to their website. I guess it's the game they made first, and I think they did it for one of those like 24-hour tournaments or so. I don't remember what it was. Maybe a 7-day tournament. Go play that before. You don't even need. It's not like that scenario's not in the main game, I don't think. But basically, it's like scenarios where it's like you and a bunch of people are trapped in a nuclear silo, and you have to survive, but also not launch the nuke, like that kind of thing. Or maybe you do launch the nuke, and that's how you survive. Like, but the scenario they
That
give you
doesn't make sense.
Right, like I don't know. Like the scenario they give you is the one that's free is you are trapped on a planet, and there's you and the soldier and the soldier's dog, and then there's
Eat
the
the dog.
counselor, and then there's like a robot, and then there's the radio man, and then there's another guy, the doctor.
Yeah,
and
you put the robot on the boat first, and you take him across, and then you come back.
Like
They get
each
the
of them
chicken.
has their own like ability though, right? So like the
Yeah.
counselor keeps you all from going insane because you're stranded on a planet. The robot can do a bunch of different things, but he doesn't require food. But he can only do things like the engineer's the only guy who can get the radio working to get you out of there. The dog can go get food, but it wastes one of your turns. But he only gets it like 60% of the time. While the soldier can use guns and get 100% of the time, but he wastes bullets and you could be attacked in the middle of the night. Like there's all these different things, and so
Interesting.
the only way I've been able to beat that scenario is by killing people. Like apparently there's a way to do it with everyone living, but I've only been able to beat it by actually like killing one of the people and then using them as food, right? Like crazy shit. In order to survive. Like there are things you have to do in order to get through the game. And apparently there are multiple ways to do it, but I've only been able to do that with people dying. And I'm like, man, this game's fantastic. And then I found out they're making like a real game out of it. I was like, they got it figured out. So there's a bunch of different scenarios, and everyone on the internet's telling me how to pronounce nuclear. Guess what?
Nuclear.
I'm American. It's nuclear.
Nuclear?
I don't care what you say. It's a nuclear.
It's a nuclear bomb.
I also wouldn't be called a nuke, guys. Get over it. Get over it with your aluminium. Get out of here.
Garages.
Get out of here. Take your lift to your torch and smoke a fag. We're done. I'm done with you guys.
Okay. Rest of the games on Thursday. I mean, I'm just gonna guess that they're like kind of throwaway or remakes. Look, these lists have so many weird like extra things, and last week we got sick of it. So Friday, those are in Europe.
I'm all about the slash and burn. Keep going.
Yeah.
You're doing
Wii
great.
Sports Club
great.
comes out.
Nice.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
Average
really?
score is a 6.8. Lets you
gonna
play
say,
your
is that-
favorite Wii Sports games on the Wii U console and take the competition online. Yeah.
Cool.
Gold Rush is coming out. I don't know what that is, but it has an average score of 8.2.
Gold Rush!
That came out in 1849. Come on.
Hey-o.
News.
Yes, President Obama. What? So, anything else? Nothing?
I don't know.
no.
Last of Us Remastered, Lego Ninjago Nindroids.
That's a thing happening.
Too many
Ninjago
things.
Nindroids.
Too many
Ninjago
things.
Nindroids is coming out in Europe for 3DS and Vita. Residue
Keep
is
it
coming
simple.
out on PC.
Only ninja size one thing in your title. You can't ninja size
Ninjago
multiple things.
Ninjas. Ninjutsu.
Firefall is a free-to-play open-world PC action shooter developed by Red 5. That comes out next Tuesday. Oh, we're back. We're into next Tuesday. We're into next Tuesday. I'm not
All
supposed
right.
to do
So
that.
basically, this week some games are coming out, but mostly games you've never heard of because welcome to the world we live in.
This is
Yeah.
the world we live in. Oh, it's Phil Collins. Genesis.
Uh-huh.
He was in the police.
Yes.
Go on.
That's it. That's all I got.
All right. I was glad you keep
I'd
going.
like to hear the whole song.
Yeah.
All I got. No, you gotta pay for it. It's free to play. It's not free to play in Europe.
In Europe, this is not free
and
to
you're-
play.
It's not free to play.
Sorry, Europe. You've ruined it for everyone. All right,
Yeah.
let's wrap this show up
Blew it.
then, shall we? We'll go with, I guess since both Josh and Paul are on the same channel. Guys, what's going on? What's happening this week?
Wednesday there will be an episode. On,
We're like the sun, man. We rise and fall at the same
That's
time
right.
every week.
That's right.
Wednesday. That's it.
Wednesday there's a new episode on YouTube/ContinueShow. Are we plugging things? Is that what
Plug
we're doing?
away. Go ahead.
Oh, I do a podcast with the hilarious Dominic Moschetti called Fantasy Fiction. That's you can find that on YouTube at youtube.com/fantasyfic.
We have a new show called 5x5 on this channel called Arcade Sushi. You can find that. That's like a anti-list show where we make fun of lists, basically.
Wouldn't it be weird if there was someone here who did list shows every once in a while?
Yeah, right?
God, that'd be so weird.
Be weird.
Right, Dodger?
Well,
So
oddly
weird.
enough, Josh also
Do I
started
do
doing
list
one
shows?
too.
Yeah, I started doing one too on the same channel. So
So it's okay. We love list
Hey,
shows.
when have I ever done a list show?
Isn't that what, like, don't you have a show where you list things on Polaris?
Oh, sort this.
There you go.
Yeah,
list.
that show's also kind of supposed to be making fun of list shows, though, too.
Yeah, there you go. That's what you got to do. You just say everything. I'm just making.
Can I make
I'm
a
making fun of
subversive
it.
list show where I'm
So-
just like, this is my list show. We're so subversive. Now to the lists.
Yep. That's our show.
Yes.
So, yeah.
that's the show. Yeah.
Okay, good.
But yeah, and we got we do all our other stuff. We got other stuff come down the line. But yeah, check
Yeah.
out Continue on Wednesday tomorrow.
It'll be up. I didn't finish it yet, but it'll be up. Is that too much of a peek behind the curtain there?
YouTube.
It's halfway done.
You have to pump out the content behind you from that little pump you have.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
just pump.
That's where the
Is that how
continue
pumps
comes
work?
out.
It's like a man just shaming you all. Like, what are you doing?
It's like a priest blessing you with that
Yeah,
water, and
with
he
the
gets
water,
in your mouth.
with a water ball. What's that water ball
water,
that
a
he
water
has?
stick. Yeah.
The water ball.
Water stick.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
went to Catholic school.
Okay, Dodger. Oh, where can we find you guys on the Tweetsters?
Oh, on the Tweetsters, personal Twitter, I am Henderson 1983.
I'm at Paul Ritchie, RITCHEY, and a couple people already found me to yell at me about To the Moon, so that happened.
I got so many messages on Twitter being like, "Don't listen to Paul. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Tune is great." I was like, "Okay."
Hey, everyone's opinion is correct, so yeah.
Yeah.
Except for mine. Apparently, Dragon Age has racism, guys.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you're aware. Dragon Age is racist.
Has racism.
Lots of
I heard
racism in
about
Dragon
it.
Age.
I think I heard about it.
The internet has let me know. I just looked over. Between that moment and now, I have like 188 tweets at me. I don't know if they're
Oh, man.
I guarantee they're all like, "You are so dumb," and I
blowing up.
hope you get dumb herpes in your dumb brain. My God,
Okay.
Wear your mask.
I will.
I will.
Wear that mask and no one will know.
You know what? We'll know. Safe sex.
Safe sex,
Dodger.
everybody.
Duger, what's going on with you this week?
We have a new Welcome to the Fandom coming out tomorrow on Wednesday, and there will be no Swords and Stitches on Friday, but there will be a supplemental video that will go up instead. We're going to be at Comic-Con/Nerd HQ, so I'll be in San Diego making, I'm sure, yet another very informative video. So watch out for that. That's all on Press Heart to Continue, but I have another channel called Dexterity Bonus where I do vlogs and talk about my cats and drink coffee and do silly stuff. So I would love to see you on either of those. That would be amazing. And on all the social medias, I'm at DexBonus, DEXBONUS. So, yay.
I've changed my opinion on the subject of racism. This is what I'm saying from now on, guys. The reason why I didn't see racism in Dragon Age, because I don't see race. I'm not racist like you
Don't
guys.
pull a Colbert. Stop.
here we go.
I
Here we go.
don't see race, guys. I'm sorry.
buying it.
I'm sorry that you're all racist and you don't like
believe him.
elves.
I believe him. I don't know why, but I believe him.
The beard.
This sounds
It's
right.
The beard.
This rings true for
Trustworthy.
me.
Trustworthy. What do you have to shave off? Your lies. The lies you tell. That's why. That's true.
I can't grow lies, so
Yeah.
Oh, we'll see. All right, so
Not on his face.
that was
anyway.
creepy. I was like, yeah, we'll see.
yeah, we'll see.
So I will be also at Comic-Con this week. I think I'm doing a list show with Dodger, so lol.
Well,
I will also be over at the Geek and Sundry Lounge, being a geek and sundering.
Name dropping Total Biscuit.
Name dropping, I will. I think I'm playing board games for like all day Thursday. So come by
Ooh,
if
that's
you want to
awesome.
see a grown man get his ass kicked by people in board games. That'll happen. And Dragon Age will also be there. So Thursday, come see Dragon Age Inquisition there. And then I guess Friday is Witcher, so that should be fun. But yeah, my channel is my channel. And for all of you who are still around and haven't left, you know what that is. So, mwah. Let's get the hell out of here. Thank you all for watching. We're gonna go now. I love you, but not that much. So
Don't
Is
give
there
him
anything-
too much too soon.
bye.
yeah. Oh, we're not. I can't leave yet because I don't have any music loaded up. I
no.
love you.
Draw it out.
I'm going to sing a
Love
song.
and love
Thank you so much. You're the
feelings
best.
and wow.
This
love
is
and
the world we live in.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, let's
buy the
love
internet.
You.
Let's go.
Goodbye.